Douluo, Thunder Dragon Martial Soul, 100 Years of Glory. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 51. Family members are troubled. I want to get the 4th and 5th soul rings of Douluo Yan and Zhu Qingbing-chan. Is it possible? I think it is possible. Chapter 52. Snowheart Lotus. The reason why Zhu Qingbing-chan is here. It wasn't Yibai's perception that was sharp, but rather his keen eyesight. While everyone else focused solely on the 4 clear ice toads, he alone spotted their shadows on the ice beneath them. The contrast between the icy blues made it difficult for ordinary people to discern. However, Yibai's eyes had absorbed the see-through autumn water dew, which could be used to cultivate a piercing eye capable of seeing through all manner of wonders. Wudi and the others followed Yibai's gaze, and, as expected, at the top of the moderately sized ice cave stood an ice lotus. The ice lotus quietly hovered above the dome, emanating a faint chill. Its heart-shaped crystal clear petals, as if sculpted from ice and snow, emitted a faint fluorescence. It seemed to blend seamlessly with the surrounding icy landscape, yet stood out from the crowd. Its petals, each translucent and crystalline, seemed carved from the purest ice, emanating an indescribable coolness and nobility. At the heart of the ice lotus, 4 lotus leaves were deep blue. One was blue with white, and the rest were white. It's a top-tier medicinal herb, the Snowheart Lotus. TSK. Unbelievable. This Snowheart Lotus is almost 5,000 years old. What's happened to me lately? All sorts of top-tier medicinal herbs and immortal treasures that I used to be unable to obtain, unable to find, have been appearing one after another, Wudi said with emotion. While this Snowheart Lotus doesn't compare to the unique immortal treasures found in His Majesty's land of ice and fire, it's still a very rare top-tier medicinal herb. The 5,000-year-old Snowheart Lotus is less valuable than the 9th rank purple Ganoderma and the 10,000-year-old Ginseng King, but it's still quite valuable. Not only can it help spirit masters improve their cultivation, but more importantly, it's an invaluable treasure for ice-attributed spirit masters, greatly enhancing their martial spirits. No wonder the Zhuking ice toads, which usually live in the outskirts of the far north, near the borders of humanity, are here. It's because of the Snowheart Lotus. The Zhuking ice toads, bearing the bloodline of the divine 3-legged golden toad, are naturally gifted at treasure hunting. They can sense the presence of spiritual creatures between heaven and earth and track them down. These 4 Zhuking ice toads must have long been aware of the Snowheart Lotus and have been waiting for it to reach its 5,000-year age. Douluo Yan. This can be considered a surprising discovery. Douluo merely glanced at the Snowheart Lotus atop the ice cave, but he was more concerned with the age of the 4 Zhuking ice toads. You two know more about these Zhuking ice toad spirit beasts. How old are these 4 Zhuking ice toads? Douluo's sharp gaze swept over the 4 Zhuking ice toads. They stared defenselessly at the Snowheart Lotus overhead, their mouths bulging as they absorbed the power emanating from the top-tier medicinal herb, their icy blue skin gleaming eerily in the cold light of the ice cave. Yes, completely defenseless. They had long since unleashed the potent ice toad poison, generated by the combined effects of their own cold and heat, around the ice cave. Their poison had always been invincible, preying on any spirit beast that dared approach. The only nemesis for this poison was likely ultimate fire and ultimate ice, which was one reason they chose not to remain in the core area of the far north. Another reason was that deep within that land lay their natural nemesis, the ice jade scorpion. Well, if I'm not mistaken, Wudi said slowly, his voice tinged with undeniable authority, the ages of these 4 vermilion ice toads should be 3,000 years, 6,000 years, and 10,000 years. 10,000 years, Douluo muttered. 3,000 years, 6,000 years, 10,000 years. They looked like a large family. However, these didn't include the vermilion ice toads over 7,000 years old, suitable for Douluo Yan's 4th spirit ring. Indeed, Douluo believed that Douluo Yan, having ingested top-tier celestial treasures, could easily absorb spirit rings of higher levels, just like Yibai, who hasn't dreamed of their granddaughter becoming a phoenix. And now, the foundation was already there. Douluo was in a state of turmoil, a complex and tangled state. He was delighted to encounter a soul beast praised so highly by both Yan Yibai and Yang Wudi, and the encounter with the 10,000-year-old Zuking Ice Toad fulfilled his initial expectations. If Douluo Yan could absorb a 10,000-year-old soul ring from such a soul beast, it would surely be exceptional. But right now, Douluo couldn't guarantee Douluo Yan's ability to absorb a 10,000-year-old soul ring. In other words, he wasn't sure the immortal grade Acacia Heartbreak Red could truly boost a Soul Master's soul power by 10 levels. While he had also benefited from this rare treasure, the idea of a 10-level increase sounded a bit exaggerated. After all, the Zuking Ice Toad was rare to come by, let alone one that was 10,000 years old. While it was possible to absorb a 4th soul ring, its age was too low, and the effect would certainly not be comparable to a 10,000-year-old one. Now, Douluo needed to make a decision. Should he choose the younger Zuking Ice Toad as Douluo Yan's 4th spirit ring? Of course, he could choose continuously. Your Majesty, there's no need to hesitate. Yang Wudi saw Douluo's hesitation. Since the Snow Heart Lotus hasn't been devoured by the Zuking Ice Toad yet, it proves these beasts are quite intelligent. They want to wait for it to mature a little longer. This spiritual creature transforms every 1,000 years. Look. 4 of the center leaves of the Snow Heart Lotus on the ice cave ceiling are a deep blue, and another is about to turn completely dark blue. This Snow Heart Lotus is not even 5,000 years old. A less intelligent spirit beast would have devoured it the moment it was discovered. How could one put it? The bloodline of a divine beast is terrifying. Not only powerful, but also awakening wisdom. Your Majesty, you can continue to watch them from here, while I take them, and continue searching for a suitable spirit beast. It won't take much time, Yang Wudi continued. Yang Iron, what do you think? Douluo finally gave the choice to Douluo Yan. Grandpa, since you all speak so highly of this Zuking Ice Toad soul beast, why are you limited to only obtaining one Zuking Ice Toad spirit ring? Douluo Yan said with a smile. Douluo Yan's idea was not groundless. Since this soul beast was so terrifying, if the spirit skills it possessed were effective, he could easily absorb another 10,000-year-old Zuking Ice Toad spirit ring. Douluo Yan's words immediately cleared up the entire dilemma. Yang Wudi and Douluo's thoughts suddenly became clear. It's true that those involved are often confused, but those who are on the sidelines can see more clearly. Who said that a soul beast like the Zuking Ice Toad could only grant a soul master one spirit skill? After all, 6,000 years wasn't bad at all. Douluo had been overambitious. Chapter 53 Evolution, Jade Phosphorus Cold Dragon. Douluo, I was obsessed. Douluo Yan was more open-minded. Honestly, if she hadn't met Yan Yibai, she wouldn't have achieved the changes and accomplishments she has today. Without Yan Yibai, her 3rd spirit ring might have been obtained from a seemingly acceptable spirit beast, and her 4th spirit ring wouldn't have been possible with a 6,000-year-old spirit beast. After all, the average spirit master's 4th spirit ring is still around 4,000 years old. The Yalxiang Kilo immortal artifact saved them from a major disaster. Before the night gets too long, I'll suppress it. With that, Douluo's title Douluo's powerful spirit power pressed down on the 4 crimson ice toads. Goo 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 goo. Goo 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 goo. The 4 crimson ice toads cried out in fear under Douluo's pressure. Their limbs could no longer support them, their bodies trembling, their eyes filled with fear and despair. However, no matter how they struggled, they could not escape Douluo's control. Without its poison, this terrifying soul beast rumored to be nothing more than an ordinary ice toad soul beast. Yan Yibai struck swiftly. Imbued with all poison, he reached the vicinity of the red clear ice toads and snatched up the 6,000-year-old one. Yan Yibai's coordination was impeccable. Pa. Yan Yibai flung the 6,000-year-old red clear ice toad in front of Douluo Yan. Yan Yan. Upon hearing Douluo's words, Douluo Yan drew her weapon from her soul guide and dealt the 6,000-year-old red clear ice toad a decisive blow. A purple soul ring then emerged. With your majesty and I here, you can absorb the soul ring with confidence. Yang Wudi stood beside Douluo Yan, like a stabilizing force. Douluo Yan began absorbing the 6,000-year-old soul ring without hesitation. He channeled his soul power, drawing the soul ring onto her body. Soon, Douluo Yan was immersed in the soul ring's absorption. The other 3 ZHU King Ice Toads, suppressed by Douluo, perhaps witnessing the tragic deaths of their own kind, each struggled frantically. Douluo's eyes grew cold, and the soul pressure on the ZHU King Ice Toad gradually increased. Everything was developing positively. The ice poison released by the ZHU King Ice Toad itself had shifted from protecting itself to confining itself. No other soul beasts in the area could enter. Anyone who approached was already dead. Time passed slowly, and Douluo awoke from her soul ring absorption state. Her eyes flickered open, a flash of icy blue passing through them, suggesting a new transformation. How is it? As Douluo awoke, everyone was curious about her new soul abilities. Grandpa, my martial soul has changed. Oh. Douluo didn't need to ask. Douluo activated her martial soul, and her unattached spirit emerged behind her. The once emerald green jade phosphorus snake spirit now possessed a chilling aura. Its scales seemed coated in a thin layer of frost, emitting a turquoise hue. Its entire form also subtly shifted, gaining limbs and transforming its snake head into a dragon's, complete with a pair of horns. Douluo's spirit became even more majestic and mysterious. It's transformed into a dragon. Yang Wudi declared solemnly, his eyes filled with unconcealed surprise. Compared to Yang Wudi's astonishment, Douluo was delighted. He was both amazed at the drastic transformation of his spirit and even happier that it had transcended the realm of snakes and become a true sub-dragon spirit, a spirit of even higher quality than his Jade Phosphorus Serpent Emperor. My current spirit Jade Phosphorus Cold Flood Dragon, Yibai, standing nearby, was also initially surprised, but the surprise was fleeting. In response, Yibai stated, I don't understand the underlying principles, but I understand the transformation. Yibai had a few theories. First, the Acacia Heartbreak Red also grew in the burial grounds of the Ice and Fire Dragon Kings, and it had a certain effect on any spirit possessing dragon blood. Second, this change might be similar to the principle of a second spirit being bestowed upon a soul beast through sacrifice. This evolution would occur, based on the newly acquired spirit ring, after consuming the immortal grade Acacia Heartbreak Red. Third, this was already the king of immortal grade spirits, so was a little change surprising? Green Phosphorus Cold Dragon Douluo slowly read the forewords. Yang Iron, what are the characteristics of your current martial soul? The Green Phosphorus Cold Dragon? My current martial soul, the Green Phosphorus Cold Dragon, is a sub-dragon martial soul with the dual attributes of ice and poison. It has an additional ice attribute in terms of attack, and its poison is also greatly enhanced. It has inherited the toxicity of both the green snake and the Zhuking ice toad. In short, I now have the ability of a strong attack soul master. Hahaha, but, very good. The evolution of Douluo's martial soul means that their Douluo family's inherited martial soul, the green phosphorus snake, will be transformed into the green phosphorus cold dragon. Not only has the quality of the martial soul evolved, but the means of attack have also increased. This is much better than the simple poison attributed green phosphorus snake martial soul. Yang Iron, so your fourth soul skill is the cold poison of the Zhuking ice toad? My fourth soul skill is the Frost Dragon Poison, a special cold poison produced by the alternating ice and fire attributes of the Zhuking Ice Toad. Thanks to the magic of my soul ring, I can use this poison directly without having to switch between the two attributes. Because of the added ice attribute, my poison can also be channeled through the ice element. By the way, let's see what your soul power level is now. Yang Wudi remembered something, whether Douluo's soul power had really been increased by 10 levels by Acacia Heartbroken Red CUI. After a test, Douluo's soul power had indeed reached the threshold of level 50. In almost a month, Douluo underwent an epic transformation, and for a moment, Yibai was confused about who was the protagonist. Yang Iron, do you still want this 10,000-year-old Zhuking ice toad? Douluo looked at the 3 Zhuking ice toads he had imprisoned. Douluo's gaze also turned to the 3 Zhuking ice toads. Grandpa, my poison isn't strong enough. Although my martial spirit has the ice attribute, over the years, I've been most exposed to poison, and my strongest weapon should be poison. The ice attribute now serves my poison. Yibai understood Douluo's intentions. She wanted to pursue the path of ultimate poison. Douluo's current poison wasn't yet at that level, otherwise it would have threatened him. Although he had ingested fiery apricot and 8-angled mysterious ice grass, that level of poison didn't include ultimate poison. Even Tang San, the poison master from another world, couldn't say for sure if he could handle an ultimate poison. Perhaps only those with true ultimate attributes could be immune to the threat of ultimate attributes. Boy, stop slacking off. It's time to get to work, Douluo said, and Yibai, the working man, came online. Chapter 54, The Idea of Touching the Extreme Poison. Yibai looked at the remaining ZHU King Ice Toads trapped by Douluo. The two 10,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toads, one approximately 18,000 years old, the other around 40,000 years old, were unfortunate enough to encounter a titled Douluo, their strongest poison. Even the 40,000-year-old one could threaten the titled Douluo, but thanks to the immortal item of peach fragrance Kilo, they were effectively wielded by their rage. The ZHU King Ice Toads had practically abandoned their melee attack capabilities, focusing solely on their poison properties. Consequently, if they encountered a human or spirit beast capable of withstanding the ZHU King Ice Toad's venom, they would be helpless. Douluo and his companions were truly fortunate. Only a few elements in this world could counter the ZHU King Ice Toad's venom: ultimate ice, ultimate fire, ultimate poison, and the immortal item of peach fragrance Kilo. Douluo's poison likely wasn't of the ultimate stat, otherwise the yin-yang eyes of ice and fire wouldn't have been able to suppress the poison within him. Although these two 10,000-year-old soul beasts were imprisoned, their hatred could still be seen in their fiery red eyes. The tool, Yibai, did not immediately act. "Yibai boy, what are you planning?" Yang Wudi observed Yibai's inaction, keenly sensing that he must have some hidden agenda. Indeed, Yibai did have an idea, and with the three men gathered here, Yibai had become the idea king. "I have an idea. There's a rumor that, if a soul beast is deeply resentful when it's killed, then absorbing its spirit rings is relatively easy. Conversely, if the resentment is extremely strong, then absorbing its spirit rings becomes extremely difficult. However, in both cases, it's more advantageous for a soul master to absorb the spirit rings after the beast's death. The first is when the soul beast is filled with extreme resentment. In this case, the chance of dropping a spirit bone increases significantly. The other is when a soul beast willingly allows itself to be killed, willingly offering itself as a spirit ring for a soul master. There's an almost 100% chance of dropping a spirit bone, and the spirit ring will be perfectly absorbed, without any age restrictions. Yang Wudi, I think I've heard that somewhere before. In a certain city, someone said, "Ugh, so, you want?" Yang Wudi said, his gaze slowly turning to the three red ice toads. Interesting. Douluo was clearly intrigued by Yibai's proposal. After all, the ultimate beneficiary was his granddaughter, Douluo, and he had just launched a large-scale operation. Yibai raised his hand, gathering lightning. The next moment, he aimed at the three ZHU King Ice Toads, and began discharging them. Yibai's method was simple: torture with lightning. The stinging impact of the lightning struck directly at the ZHU King Ice Toad's souls, a method far more torturous than direct physical torture. Just hearing the sound, one could sense the ZHU King Ice Toad's agony. As Yibai's lightning continued to assault the creature, the 3,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad was the first to give in and collapsed, or 1,000-year-old spirit ring emerging. The remaining two 10,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toads stared at Yibai intently, their fiery gazes threatening to scorch him to death. "Two seniors, I'm going to increase the power of my lightning for the next two 10,000-year-old spirit beasts. Please keep an eye on them." Those spirit beasts possessed a tenacious vitality. It was also limited. 3 spirit rings emerged from Yibai's body, instantly increasing his lightning power. Alright, kid, if you keep on shocking me like that 10,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad will be gone. An indeterminate amount of time passed before Douluo interrupted Yibai's continued discharge. Yang Wudi watched Yibai lower his hand and retract his lightning bolt, secretly grumbling. Does this kid have that much soul power? He actually used it to discharge for such a long time. TSK. He almost killed a 10,000-year-old soul beast. Is this kid really just an ordinary soul master? Young Yibai hadn't yet acquired his 4th soul ring, but Yang Wudi had long since accepted his soul master status. Young Yibai brought the 10,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad to Douluo Yan, placing it in a prominent position within the 40,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad's sight, hoping to fuel its resentment. The entire family of 4 perished a deep-seated feud. The hatred in the 40,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad's eyes deepened when it saw young Yibai so easily deliver the 10,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad to Douluo Yan. Its body trembled slightly, as if gathering strength, ready to explode at any moment. HMPH. Douluo had, of course, noticed the movements of the final red clear ice toad. Trying to self-destruct? You're still a little short of what I can do. Yanzi, come on. I want to see if absorbing 2 red clear ice toads in a row can push your poison to a whole new level. The level young Yibai was referring to was, of course, the ultimate poison. Young Yibai acknowledged Douluo Yan's madness. Douluo Yan no longer cared about the nature of his spirit skills. For a spirit master like them, poison was their weapon. The stronger the poison, the stronger they were. Regardless, the 10,000-year-old red clear ice toad's venom was undeniable. With a single strike, Douluo Yan slashed the life out of the 10,000-year-old red clear ice toad, which was barely breathing from the lightning. A black spirit ring emerged. And so, Douluo Yan began her 2nd spirit ring absorption. Here, without further ado, young Yibai had already gathered the corpses of the 3 red clear ice toads together, placing them directly in front of the last one. Young Yibai drew a sharp knife from his spirit guide and began dismembering the 3. He continued to incite hatred, increasing the resentment of the final 40,000-year-old red clear ice toad. 1, 2, 3, but to no avail. Young Yibai stood up and set his sights on the final 40,000-year-old red clear ice toad. In his eyes, the red clear ice toad was the final golden treasure chest. However, young Yibai wasn't going to open it himself. He wanted Douluo Yan to do it. There wasn't any mysterious reasoning behind this. He simply assumed that, because Douluo Yan had absorbed 2 red clear ice toads, she was more likely to be the final one. Well, that's the magic. The spirit ring absorption process was steady. When Douluo Yan regained consciousness, the poison in her body would naturally dissipate. In such a cold place, the poison will release itself. Douluo's eyes were filled with shock. Douluo could certainly accomplish something like this, but he was a titled Douluo, while Douluo Yan was only a Soul King. The gap between the two was enormous. The only thing this proved was that Douluo Yan had indeed made significant progress in the quality of her poison attribute. Douluo couldn't help but recall that he had only achieved this level after absorbing his 7th soul ring. Attributes have strengths, and there are also differences between poisons. For example, when comparing the red clear ice toad to the green phosphorus snake, the green phosphorus snake was slightly inferior. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 55. 40,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad left armbone. Yang Wudi, it seems that, after absorbing this 10,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad spirit ring, your majesty has also seen a boost in her spirit power attributes. While there's no ultimate attribute yet, there are still differences in strength between attributes. Douluo Yan's face was unconcealed with joy, her expression practically etched with the words "I succeeded." Douluo Yan stood up and immediately hugged young Yibai. Douluo's face turned green at the sight. His adoring granddaughter, who used to love clinging to his arm and calling him grandpa, had been completely bullied. He glared at young Yibai with a stern look. Young Yibai didn't care what Douluo thought. He reached up and stroked Douluo Yan's hair, smiling. It seems this spirit ring has achieved your desired goal. Douluo Yan, yes. Conveniently, we still have one last 40,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad here. Whether you get the spirit bone we expected depends on your luck. Young Yibai pulled a dagger from his spirit guide and handed it to Douluo Yan. I think you'll have better luck than me. Come on. Ha. That's just his bad luck, Douluo retorted unhappily. Yang Iron, come here, grandpa. Grandpa. Douluo Yan smiled sweetly, seeing her grandfather getting jealous. She walked over and hugged Douluo's arm, calling out obediently. Douluo now glared at Yibai provocatively. Yibai felt rather helpless at the old brat. Then I'll continue. Yibai flung the dagger at the ZHU King Ice Toad. Swish. The dagger pierced the ZHU King Ice Toad's skull. The 10,000-year soul beast's vitality was tenacious, but after being tortured for so long, its vitality had long since reached its limit. A black spirit ring emerged. Yibai unsheathed the dagger and began to work. After some manipulation, Yibai's face lit up with joy. Seeing Yibai's expression, the others knew they had indeed gained something. Sure enough, soon they saw Yibai walking towards them, holding an icy blue object in his hand. Lucky, it's a left arm bone. Yibai said with a light-hearted understatement. I didn't expect it to be real. Yang Wudi's mouth dropped open. Now I can't tell if this 40,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad's spirit bone was naturally there, or if it was created by sheer resentment. With the ZHU King Ice Toad's spirit ring and this 40,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad's left arm bone, I might really be living off you. Yibai joked, handing the ZHU King Ice Toad's left arm bone to Douluo Yan. That depends on your performance. But I don't want this spirit bone. Keep it for yourself. Douluo Yan declined, perhaps preferring to give the best to someone she loved. Douluo said, Yan, that kid can't use this at all. Not only is he immune to poison, but his soul power isn't even compatible with this soul bone. This soul bone is perfect for you. Absorbing the ZHU King Ice Toad's soul bone will help improve the quality of your poison attribute. That kid is right. This soul bone was produced by the highly poisonous ZHU King Ice Toad. It's not something that ordinary people are qualified to absorb, Yang Wudi said. Absorb the soul bone right here and now. Douluo made the final decision. At this point, Douluo Yan stopped being pretentious. Under the protection of Yibai and the others, she placed the ZHU King Ice Toad's 10,000-year-old left arm bone against her left hand. The soul bone immediately merged into Douluo Yan's arm upon contact. Douluo Yan began to deeply immerse herself in the soul bone fusion. Boy, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and collect that snow heart lotus. We'll transplant it to the land of ice and fire. I'm sure it'll grow into a 5,000-year-old snow heart lotus in no time. Yang Wudi observed Yibai's in action and pointed out this unpleasantly. Every word he spoke now was accumulating foundation for the sect Yibai would establish in the future. Yang Wudi was certain Yibai would eventually establish a sect, especially after absorbing the fiery apricot and the 8-angled mysterious ice grass. As a direct descendant of the Blow Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex, not returning to the Blow Lightning Tyrannosaurus clan, but instead following Douluo was a major problem in itself. For Yang Wudi, the more he accumulated now, the stronger the sect would become in the future. The stronger the sect, the more chances he would have for revenge. Now it's your turn, boy. Encountering a 10,000-year-old ZHU King Ice Toad here is pure luck. To find the soul beast you seek, we need to search even deeper into the far north. Douluo Yan successfully absorbed the soul bone, while Yibai and the others continued their journey deeper into the far north. This kid is completely tormenting me. But if he hadn't mentioned this, perhaps my Yanan wouldn't have had this harvest. Your Majesty, you have a point. If he hadn't mentioned the far north, we should have headed to the Stardow Great Forest. It's not that the Stardow Great Forest is bad, but I doubt the final harvest would be comparable to what we have now. Yes. How could the harvest be small? A soul bone. A 40,000-year-old one at that. A treasure from the Blood River. For the next few days, they would focus their search on the power of thunder, focusing on mountain streams. Frost thunder dragons are earth dragons, and their habits make them favor such environments, but their attributes also make them prefer thunder. But as always, with enough time, they will find it. Here, in the far north, in a region populated by 10,000-year-old spirit beasts, they had searched for 13 days before finally, following clues, they located a second 10,000-year-old frost thunder dragon suitable for Yibai. About 13,000 years old, this one's just right. The first frost thunder dragon Yang Wudi and his companions encountered with Yibai was over 20,000 years old, so they immediately turned and searched for another. Although the mountain stream here was cold, it was also rich in the element of lightning. The sky was thick with clouds, suggesting this was a special minefield formed in the far north. Let me take over this time. The sooner we finish, the quicker we can get out of this hellhole. Yang Wudi stepped forward, the soul-breaking spear appearing in his hand. No, Senior Yang, let me take the spotlight this time. Douluo Yan said jokingly. Oh, you seem pleased with your new spirit skill? Senior Yang, you're joking. Perfect. I want to see how you handle this giant. Yang Wudi sheathed his spirit. Thank you. Douluo Yan thanked him and then gazed intently at the frost thunder dragon in the Thunder Mountain stream. It was clear that Douluo Yan wanted to show off her current self, primarily to Douluo and Yibai. Martial Spirit Possession. Jade Phosphorus Frost Dragon. Chapter 56 16 years old. Level 48. 4th Soul Skill. Cold Dragon Poison. 3rd Soul Skill. Green Phosphorus Poison Ring. Facing a 10,000-year-old soul beast, while such poison could inflict damage on the 10,000-year-old Frost Thunder Dragon, it wasn't enough to affect its movements. These two soul skills served as a prelude, primarily by continuously improving the poison's quality. To completely immobilize the opponent, one had to look beyond. After 2 purple soul rings lit up in succession, the final black soul ring also illuminated. 5th Soul Skill. Cold Dragon Ice Erosion. The 4th Soul Skill unleashed a potent poison. The 3rd Soul Skill amplified the poison's power, and the 5th Soul Skill combined the poison with soul power, combining the dispersed poison with soul power to unleash an extremely powerful ice-attributed toxic attack. In a sense, the 5th Soul Skill, while inherently toxic, further concentrated the poison within the ice medium. It was a dual attack of physical and elemental element. Raw. The swift ice elemental physical attack directly stung the Frost Thunder Dragon as the cone of ice broke through its outer defenses. This showed that Douluo Yan's ice element was of considerable quality. It was very solid. Raw. The Frost Thunder Dragon roared once again, its surroundings ablaze with lightning, shattering the ice cones. Even as the cones shattered, the Frost Thunder Dragon searched for the attacker, but its movements were stiff, its limbs beginning to fail to support its massive frame. Raw. It roared in frustration, as if an invisible force were assaulting its body. The Frost Thunder Dragon began to use its ice and lightning powers to try to dispel this invisible force, but at most it slowed its progress, not halting it. A soul beast was still a soul beast. The idea of poison was simply out of its mind. Not bad. Such rapid results in such a short period of time. And judging by its current condition, this soul beast will soon lose its ability to move. Yang Wudi praised the Frost Thunder Dragon staggering within. Douluo echoed his approval. Normally, a Soul King is no match for a 10,000-year soul beast, but now Douluo Yan is on the verge of defeating a 10,000-year soul beast on her own. Douluo Yan's record is truly impressive. Looks like I've got this big guy for today. Oh, you're right. Douluo Yan gave Yibai a charming look. Soon, the Frost Thunder Sound Dragon's limbs could no longer support its body, and it collapsed to the ground, lifeless but unable to move. Roar, its cry was weak and feeble. The combined power of 3 soul skills, coupled with a sneak attack, had achieved such an effect. Of course, Douluo Yan had a backup plan. Looking at the fallen Frost Thunder Sound Dragon, Yibai sighed inwardly. What do you mean by easily obtainable? This is easily obtainable. I just ate this free meal a little too quickly, and I'm a little uncomfortable. With the Frost Thunder Sound Dragon down, things became much easier. After Yibai's hesitation, a new pitch black soul ring appeared above the Frost Thunder Sound Dragon. A 10,000-year 4th spirit ring. I'm inexplicably looking forward to it, Your Majesty. Yang Wudi was now standing next to Douluo. From ancient times to the present, I've never heard of a spirit master with a 10,000-year spirit ring as their 4th. If this kid truly succeeds, his future achievements will be limitless. This kid might even have a chance to obtain a 100,000-year spirit ring in the future. Douluo looked at Yibai, who had already begun absorbing the 10,000-year spirit ring, with Douluo Yan standing by his side. Honestly, he's truly the most eccentric person I've ever met. His thoughts are deeper than ours. His vision is far more far-sighted. He's incredibly talented, and he's also a man of action. He has very high standards for spirit rings. Before even acquiring a spirit ring, he'd already scoured extensive resources to find the spirit beast and spirit ring he most desired. Unlike us, we just randomly search the spirit beast forest and hunt down any spirit beast we deem suitable to obtain a spirit ring. This kid has excellent vision, foreseeing the bigger picture. When I first met him, do you know what he was doing? What's wrong with him? Yang Wudi was a perfect supporting actor. He's a level 30, 2-ringed Great Soul Master, yet he's single-handedly targeting a 1,000-year-old soul beast. And that soul beast is already 2,500 years old. His target is clear, that soul beast. Yang Wudi. He knew Yan Yibai was terrifying, a terrifying quality not revealed in his strength, but in his character. He was wise and farsighted, ambitious yet calm, naturally gifted, yet able to overcome his shortcomings with diligence, bold and innovative, and with his use of immortal treasures, he would achieve even greater things in the future. Yang Wudi and the others gradually turned their attention to Yan Yibai. Yan Yibai's expression initially appeared calm, but as time went on, pain took hold, and a hint of anguish gradually surfaced. Yan Yibai had already overcome the physical challenge of the 10,000-year soul ring. Now it was the mental assault of the 10,000-year soul beast. Even though Yan Yibai had been mentally prepared, the soul-tearing pain was still somewhat unbearable. Dugu Yan, standing nearby, looked worried. She had just experienced the mental shock of a 10,000-year-old soul beast, and was well aware of the dangers involved. As time passed, Yan Yibai's restless soul energy gradually stabilized, and everyone knew he had succeeded. Let's test your soul power. Yang Wudi pulled out a soul testing device. No one asked what Yan Yibai's soul skill was, but the slight curl in his lips suggested he was quite pleased with his fourth soul skill. Yang Wudi's actions also piqued the interest of Dugu Bo and Dugu Yan. Yan Yibai had swallowed 2 immortal herbs. Logically, the effects shouldn't be much worse than Dugu Yan's. Then, wow. Level 48. Yang Wudi announced Yan Yibai's soul power. The 3 immortal herbs, the fiery apricot, the 8-angled mysterious ice grass, and the longing for autumn water dew, hadn't boosted Yan Yibai's soul power. Instead, they had improved his physique and bloodline, and boosted his mental strength. Of these 48 levels of soul power, 2 were accumulated over time, 4 more were gained from the right leg bone of the 100,000-year-old Blue Silver Emperor, and the final 2 were the sum of this 10,000-year-old soul ring, the soul bone, and the excess soul power from cultivation. It looks like your next soul ring isn't far off. Yang Wudi patted Yan Yibai's shoulder. 16 years old, and level 48. This brat. Dugu Bo had originally thought his granddaughter could surpass Yan Yibai, both in soul power and achievement. Dugu Yan, soul power 52, 18-year-old soul king, the youngest soul king in history. However, this achievement might soon be replaced by someone else. Chapter 57, Reserve Members, the Yu Clan. After spending over a month, Yan Yibai and Dugu Yan concluded their soul hunting in the far north. However, including the journey in between, their trip took nearly 3 months in total. Yibai, which Advanced Soul Master Academy are you attending now? Langbei Academy in Xiandao City. It's considered a commoner academy. Yan Yibai, hearing Yang Wudi's question, could roughly guess his intention. I see the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Competition is coming up soon. Have the members of your Lanbei Academy's participating team been confirmed? Yang Wudi thought that, if Yan Yibai's Lanbei Academy's team for the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Competition was still short of members, he would find a talented member of his POUE clan who was of the right age to join. Based on the format of previous competitions, every Spirit Hall team would have at least 1 Soul King. However, Yang Wudi believed that Yan Yibai would definitely be able to break through to Soul King before the competition began. With the addition of Dugu Yan as a Soul King, the incomplete team would already have 2 Soul Kings. He also knew about Oscar's situation. Oscar had also broken through to Soul Sect before the competition. These 3 alone were already the top contenders in the tournament. While the exact status of Yan Yibai's Blue Domination Academy was still unclear, Yan Yibai and his team were fully capable of winning the All-Continental Advanced Spirit Master Academy Elite Competition. The Spirit Hall had dominated the championship throne for far too long. Yang Wudi wanted his clan members to participate, in order to dampen the Spirit Hall's arrogance, and, as it were, to recoup some of the early interest in his revenge. As for whether the appearance of the POE clan would displease the spirit hall, no kidding. Why would a giant elephant care about an ant, even a slightly larger one? Did the spirit hall's leadership still harbor concerns about the POE clan? The spirit hall's targeting of the 4 single attribute clans was long over, and with Yang Wuxiang also in the spirit hall, the spirit hall's leadership had long since disregarded these 4 relatively minor intruders. However, Yang Wuxiang's roundabout way of saving his clan was ultimately misunderstood. The POE clan would simply view him as a traitor. Lanbei Academy's participating team? I don't know. Yibai declared, completely unaware. Huh, aren't you a student at Lanbei Academy? And with your strength, hasn't the dean of Lanbei Academy contacted you? Yibai pondered. It seemed he hadn't received any notification from the Lanbei Academy faculty yet. In fact, Lanbei Academy hadn't taken any action in this regard. Firstly, the dean of Lanbei Academy was completely indifferent. Secondly, Lanbei Academy was a civilian high-level Spirit Master Academy, and its strength wasn't even among the top high-level Spirit Master Academies across the continent. Therefore, Lanbei Academy itself didn't attach much importance to it, usually gathering the strongest students to form a team a year before the competition. Thirdly, Lanbei Academy had no idea of Yibai's true strength. Otherwise, if they saw hope, they would have come to him long ago. I don't know about Lanbei Academy's participating team, but I'm already looking for players for myself. I wonder if there's anyone suitable among the Yang clan's Changpo clan. Yibai followed suit, expressing Yang Wudi's thoughts. Yang Wudi secretly praised him. He's a man of action. Yang Wudi, yes, I'll find you a suitable candidate when I get back. Yibai actually thought highly of Yang Lang, who had previously competed against him, but unfortunately, he was overage for this year's Continental Advanced Spirit Master Academy Elite competition. You want to recruit your own team members? It seems you really want to outdo the Spirit Hall. Douluo had no objection to Yibai's idea. After all, he wasn't a fan of the Spirit Hall himself. Do you have any other candidates besides Yanan and Oscar? I had a target before, but now he can't beat me, so he can't get away. Who is it? Can you still give it your all? Yang Wudi asked. It's Fengzai Ocean, the innate full spirit master from the Divine Wind Academy. A wind attributed strong attack spirit master. Yang Wudi had heard of Fengzai Ocean's name. Back before they were liquidated by the Spirit Hall, rumors had already spread that the Divine Wind Academy had a spirit master with innate full spirit power. Douluo, will he follow you? The Divine Wind Academy is no pushover. They won't just sit there and watch you steal someone's full innate soul power. They're the flagship of the Divine Wind Academy. That's not something I need to consider. Yibai, Fengzai Ocean and I once made a bet. We'll fight at the same time, and whoever loses, will join the other. Yang Wudi could see that Yibai didn't care which high-level Soul Master Academy he represented. He just wanted to gather 6 outstanding teammates, and the ultimate goal was naturally the Spirit Hall. As it happened, the opponent was the Spirit Hall, and he was very interested in it. No, he had transformed himself into this kid's military advisor. Kid, I see you already have 5 people in your reserve team, including the still unseen Fengzai Ocean. There are 2 strong attack type combat spirit masters, 1 agile attack type spirit master, Oscar the support type spirit master, and Douluo the control type spirit master. Your team is still short of a defense type spirit master. Yang Wudi had already brought his own clansmen with him. As for Fengzai Ocean, he didn't think he could defeat Yibai, even after breaking through to the soul sect level. And don't we still have him and Douluo? He can be snatched away. Since Senior Yang said so, is there anyone you can recommend? I don't have any candidate for the agile attack system, but I do have someone worthy of recommendation for the defense system. In fact, Fengzai Ocean can also be regarded as a spirit master of the agile attack system, but he really has no teammates of the defense system at the moment. I wonder if I know the person Senior Yang is talking about? Hahaha, if I say I know you, you should know him. If I say I don't know you, you will feel very unfamiliar. In this continent, when it comes to attack, my POE clan is undoubtedly ranked first. We, the POE clan, have the inherited martial spirit of the PO Soul Spear. The clan members are spirit masters with a single attack attribute and are good at making medicine. There is also a single attribute clan. Their inherited martial spirit is a plate armor giant rhinoceros. The clan members are spirit masters with a single defense attribute and are good at construction. Are you talking about the Yibai clan? That's right. When it comes to defense, they can also be on par with the Mammoth Elephant Armor sect and the White Armor Earth Dragon of the Holy Dragon sect. The Yibai clan. It is indeed a very good choice. Douluo had heard of the Yibai clan. Yang Wudi's actions were also somewhat selfish. Privately, he also wanted to involve his old friend in the anticipation of revenge. Similarly, he also wanted to draw the Yu clan into the same trenches. Previously, Yang Wudi wanted to be an organizer, but now he only wanted to be a coaxer. Chapter 58. Oscar self-created soul skills. Douluo Yan and Yan Yibai exchanged a glance. Yan Yibai was rather surprised. This was effortless obtained. Of the 4 single attribute clans, the only 2 that didn't patronize the Haoshan sect's Tang family were the Poi clan and the Yibai clan. I have no objection. Senior Yang, could you please introduce me to the head of the Yibai clan? Yan Yibai suppressed the urge to smile, not wanting to appear overly pleased. This solved another problem for him. He only needed one more person to complete his team. Of course. I'll contact that old rhino when I get back. The Yibai clan wasn't based in the Xiandao Empire, but in Langsing City, a city within the Xingluo Empire, not far from the border between the 2 empires. After returning, Yang Wudi and Douluo went to Haoyu City. Yang Wudi was to settle the relocated clansmen, and Douluo, as the head of the Poi clan, naturally needed to make a visit. After detoxifying, Douluo was free from all danger and finally no longer needed to spend long hours in the yin-yang eyes of ice and fire, harnessing their power to suppress the poison within his body. Xiandao City, the great soul fighting arena. Douluo Yan sat on Yan Yibai's lap, her delicate hands wrapped around his neck. Free from the power of the likes of Douluo and Yang Wudi, Yan Yibai and Douluo Yan returned to their normal selves. Down below their luxurious room, in the 9th division of the Xiandao City Great Soul Fighting Arena, a white-haired boy with cyan wings clashed with a ferocious man. He's just returned, and you're sending Oscar into a one-on-one fight? Isn't that too harsh for a food-type soul master? Oscar had never participated in a one-on-one soul fight before. This was his first. The battles at the Continental Advanced Spirit Master Academy don't care if you're a student or not. While there are police, there's still life and death struggles. An overly comfortable life will only lead to decadence. Oscar's spirit power has reached level 39. I've been training him constantly over the years, and his limbs aren't too bad either. Add to that his 3rd spirit skill, and he's still capable of fighting. Besides, Yan Yibai's eyes grew deeper. Brother, why did you ask me to come here? Oscar, puzzled, followed Yan Yibai to a secluded spot outside of Xiandao City. I have an idea for a spirit skill you can create. Would you like to try it? Oscar's eyes lit up at the thought, and he perked up instantly. A spirit skill? Really? Brother, you're amazing. What kind of spirit skill is it? Your martial soul doesn't possess any special attributes, but your spirit skills do. Even without spirit skills, elemental power can still cause considerable damage to the enemy. Like this. Yan Yibai raised his hand, and lightning gathered in his hand. Almost instantly, a ball of lightning appeared in his hand. Yan Yibai didn't even bother to look at it, simply throwing it aside. Bang! The lightning ball exploded, destroying the trees along with it. Oscar watched Yan Yibai effortless control the lightning, his eyes filled with shock and envy. Brother, your control over your own spiritual power is incredible. Brother, what should I do? Oscar was like a shot of adrenaline. He had followed Yan Yibai for so many years, and he believed he had a certain understanding of him. He wasn't someone who acted without purpose. He figured since Yan Yibai had told him, he must have a specific plan. Use your 3rd spiritual skill. Yan Yibai had a plan in mind, but it was indeed inspired by his use of Oscar's 3rd spiritual skill, the fresh mushroom. The mushroom possessed the power of wind. When he first used Oscar's 3rd spiritual skill, he couldn't help but marvel at the wonders of this world. Although this power only lasted for 3 minutes, it was enough for some people. After experiencing the effects of Oscar's special mushroom, Yan Yibai asked Oscar for more. After repeated attempts driven by interest, young Yibai discovered a new way to use Asuka's violent flying mushroom. Third soul skill, green-winged violent flying mushroom. Asuka chanted the soul mantra. Instantly, several cyan mushrooms appeared in Asuka's hands. Here, big brother. Young Yibai took the violent flying mushroom and swallowed it right in front of Asuka. The next moment, 2 cyan soul-powered wings appeared behind him. Young Yibai controlled his flight altitude. Then, young Yibai swallowed 3 more violent flying mushrooms. The violent flying mushrooms themselves were composed of soul power, their attributes derived from the wind attributed Emerald Demon Bad Soul Beast. Young Yibai had experimented with them before, and 3 violent flying mushrooms were just enough to accumulate the required attribute power. Then, under Asuka's astonished gaze, young Yibai slowly began to gather wind attributed soul power in his hands, gradually forming a cyan soul sphere. A gentle yet majestic azure glow shone across the surface of the sphere, gently rubbing against the surrounding air, emitting a subtle yet melodious hum. Young Yibai and Asuka's hair and clothing swayed in the breeze. However, due to young Yibai's own lightning attributed power, the soul sphere itself pulsated with lightning strands. Oh my god. Asuka was at a loss for words to describe his astonishment. Brother, this is... Young Yibai relished Asuka's adoring gaze. This is a soul skill perfect for you. I'll name it Rasengan. This was young Yibai's own mischievous taste. Brother, can I do that? Asuka's eyes flickered as he looked at young Yibai, their gazes filled with a thirst for knowledge. The facts are out there. Whether you can do it, and to what extent, depends entirely on your luck. HMPH. Let's see how long you can fly. A mere food type spirit master actually has the audacity to engage in a solo spirit duel. Asuka's spirit duel opponent was furious. Initially, upon learning Asuka was a food type support spirit master, he had internally scoffed. He wondered how the opponent could even dare to enter the battle. But as Asuka used his third spirit skill, his expression grew increasingly grim. The opponent flew back and forth through the air. He tried attacking with spirit skills, but to no avail. Instead, the opponent's immense speed harassed him relentlessly. Asuka's spirit power was currently at level 39, and he could produce a maximum of 20 flying mushrooms at once. But Asuka was incredibly cunning. He had prepared plenty beforehand, allowing him to maintain his flight for so long. And his goal wasn't just to stall the opponent. Sorry, I'm a little late. Chapter 59 Flying Fresh Mushrooms, Rasengan. Although Asuka can avoid being hit while flying, you and I both know the drain on Asuka's third soul skill. If we wait until that guy reacts, Asuka might not be able to outlast him. Douluo Yan closely followed the battles in the soul fighting arena. After all these years, she was still quite satisfied with Asuka, her lackey. You're worrying too much. Asuka isn't the same Asuka he used to be. Just wait and see. In the soul fighting arena, the competitor who had been angered by Asuka gradually calmed down after finding no way to stop him. The atmosphere in the soul fighting arena gradually shifted from its previous boiling point to a subtle silence. The agility attack type War Soul Master, who had been cleverly provoked by Asuka, finally calmed down after several rounds of fierce attacks. However, his eyes remained fierce, fixed on Asuka. Previously, due to a moment of arrogance and Asuka's seemingly unintentional but calculated show of weakness, the Soul Master had almost lost his mind, unleashing his soul skills recklessly, consuming soul power at a rate that even shocked himself. After all, as a dexterity attack War Soul Master, he prided himself on his ability to maneuver effortless and decisively on the battlefield. However, he found himself unable to defeat a seemingly fragile food type support Soul Master. The humiliation and resentment, like a raging fire, threatened to consume his sanity. Furthermore, as a dexterity attack War Soul Master, possessing enviable speed and agility, if he were unable to defeat a food type Soul Master, known for its support abilities, in the soul fighting arena, he would not only be ridiculed by his acquaintances, but also become a laughingstock in the Soul Master community, a topic of conversation. More importantly, his reputation would plummet. In the Soul Master world, fame and honor are often closely linked to strength. Without these, it would be difficult for him to survive in this world of powerful warriors. Damn it. You're using me as a stepping stone, and you're not even afraid of falling. I don't believe I can outlast this bastard. Flying consumes far more soul power than my soul skills. He's just a food type soul master. Haha. Wait until his soul power is exhausted, and I'll give him a good beating. He seemed quite confident at this moment. Oscar, flying through the air, noticed the silence of his opponent below. He's getting smarter. Oscar was surprised. Judging from the soul skills he unleashed earlier, it seems he's consumed quite a bit. Hehe, luckily I was prepared. Oscar first pulled the tofu and garlic he had prepared from his soul guide and recovered. Then, 3 green mushrooms appeared in his hands. Oscar swallowed them in one gulp. The 3 violent flying mushrooms melted in his mouth, and instantly, the green soul wings behind Oscar solidified even more. Whoosh! Oscar began to fly through the air at a rapid speed, and for a moment, the soul master and the audience were confused as to what Oscar was up to. The speed was so fast that over 99% of the people didn't even notice the cyan orb of soul power slowly forming in Oscar's right hand. Mystique. Ha. The agility attack type spirit master in the arena scoffed. In his mind, food type spirits were always food type spirits. While uncommon, they were useless in real combat. In reality, a spirit master like him wasn't even worthy enough to encounter those rare and precious food type spirits. It was just sour grapes. A moment later, Oscar's deep voice echoed through the arena. Rasengan. Bang. The spirit master barely had time to scream before he was sent flying by the force. Oscar's Rasengan, accompanied by a wind-attributed slicing and strangling blow, inflicted unimaginable pain, especially since he was completely unprepared. Oscar was no merciful man, and used the 3 violent flying mushrooms he had in stock. Rasengan. Oscar successfully secured victory. Oscar also became famous almost overnight. He shattered the stereotype of food type soul masters in the spirit master world. Food type soul masters weren't limited to providing support to other spirit masters, nor were they completely useless in combat. Food type soul masters could also possess combat capabilities. Is that the reason you dared to let Oscar fight? But Douluo Yan leaned forward, the white breasts on her chest almost touching Yibai's face. Her lips parted, and her breath was warm and moist, gently caressing Yibai's ear, bringing an indescribable tingling sensation. Oscar's idea for this move was also yours, wasn't it? Her tone was undeniable. Sometimes it's fun to try something different. I merely provided Oscar with some ideas, but the ultimate success was his own. And he succeeded, didn't he? Yibai said with a chuckle, still quite modest. This attitude was reserved for very few people. You are such a monster. But fortunately, you, the monster, belong to me. Douluo Yan declared forcefully, grabbing Yibai's head. Yibai's head was defenseless, and crashed into the brutality. Oscar left and came back soon. After opening the door, he saw his eldest son being held back. Seeing Oscar coming back, Douluo Yan slowly let go of Yibai, and continued to sit on Yibai's thighs, not caring about her behavior at all. However, Oscar was already immune to this scene. His eldest son was a man who looked dull on the outside, but was actually sultry on the inside. His eldest sister was a bold and strong woman, not shy like other girls at all. Yibai was the same. He looked at Oscar as usual. The effort behind you is enough to give you a glimpse of the whole picture. I have seen your achievements, and you have lived up to my expectations of you. It's all thanks to Big Brother. Otherwise, with my brain, how could I have come up with such an idea? It's partly my fault, but it depends more on you. If you don't practice hard, even if I want to help you, there's nothing I can do. Okay, estimate how long it will take you to break through. In my spare time, I have also made a few plans for your 4th spirit ring. You can refer to them. Oh my god, Big Brother, you are so good to me. I simply can't repay you. I'm afraid that I can only repay you with my life. Oscar was overjoyed when he heard that Yibai had already sorted out the spirit ring plan for him. After being happy, he started to show off. Get lost. For Yibai now, making a spirit ring plan for Oscar was not difficult. After all, his knowledge reserve was already not low. After determining the basic direction, he just needed to read detailed information. It wouldn't take long at all. And Yibai also enjoyed the enrichment of knowledge. I had something to do today. I'm late. Sorry. Chapter 60 Old Rhino, Old Goat. Your current soul skills restore soul power and physical strength, detoxify, remove control, and fly. From a support perspective, from a team perspective, you need a soul skill that can help your teammates increase their attack power. While your third soul skill has some attack power boosting effect, it's not enough. Assisting teammates with attack power is only one option. Second, improve defense. Third, provide a boost to all attributes. Finally, provide healing. So, Oscar, which one do you want to choose first? Yibai asked. Oscar was no fool. From this, he could guess that Yibai had prepared more than just a single plan for him, but several for each area. Seeing Yibai's dedication, Oscar paused for a rare moment, pondering. Oscar pondered internally. As for attack power, from the current perspective, although the boss's attack is powerful, he doesn't have an offensive soul skill. Although the boss has his own soul skill, it is well known that self-created soul skills consume a lot of soul power. Sister Yanzi completely uses poison to defeat the enemy. If an auxiliary provides attack power, it will not be very effective for her. And now the team only has me, the boss, and Sister Yanzi. The rest of the teammates don't know what's going on. It may not be appropriate to rashly choose attack power. The remaining defense, comprehensive amplification, and treatment can all play a role in the entire group, even if there are unknown opponents. The boss focuses on attack, and Sister Yanzi focuses on poison. Both are weak in defense. Defense can be considered. Comprehensive amplification is also a good option. As for treatment, maybe there is no need to rush. For this, we can consider it from future teammates. Oscar quickly analyzed it. He looked at Yibai and Douluo. Boss, Sister Yanzi, I've made up my mind. I want to choose defense or comprehensive amplification for my fourth soul ring. As for which one to choose, I haven't decided yet. I want to wait until the boss has confirmed some teammates in a while, before making a specific choice. Hahaha, very good. Yibai was very satisfied with Oscar's behavior. From Oscar's answer, he knew that the other party was really considering the team factor seriously. As for teammates, I do have a few candidates. If nothing unexpected happens, they will become part of our team. There are 7 people participating in the Elite Masters of the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy. Here are me, you, and Yanan. For the remaining few people, someone from the Poi clan will become our teammate. Clan leader Yang will introduce me to someone from the Yibai clan in a while. Given the friendship between the Poi clan and the Yibai clan, this defensive teammate is likely to be a safe choice. There is another person whose name you should have heard of, Fengzai Ocean. Oscar raised his hand, and Yibai gestured for him to say, well, boss, I understand the Poi clan and the Yibai clan, but I'm afraid Fengzai Ocean won't have an easy time. I heard he also has full innate soul power, and he's from the Kamikaze Academy. He's probably going to be a problem. Don't worry about that. Leave him to me. If that doesn't work, we still have your sister Yan's grandfather. After hooking up with Douluo, Yibai had actually planned to use his power to overpower the opponent. The competition with Fengzai Ocean was just to convince Fengzai Ocean. In that case, I'll choose comprehensive amplification. Oscar pondered. 2 strong attack systems, 1 agile attack system, 1 control system, and 1 defense system. With defense, he could temporarily forego the defensive support. Comprehensive amplification would benefit all his teammates, even Douluo, and could enhance the opponent's poison. Oscar, what about the last person? Are you also choosing a support type? We'll decide on the last one after we meet a suitable candidate. For comprehensive amplification, I have a few plans here for your reference. Yibai explained to Oscar the suitable soul beasts he had selected from extensive information. For the rest of the day, Yibai and the other 2 continued to strengthen their combat abilities in the Xiandao City Soul Fighting Arena. Oscar, Yibai, and Douluo were no longer planning to participate. The couple didn't want to expose themselves before the competition. Yibai had planned to strengthen his and Douluo's combat abilities in the Soul Beast Forest. Sometime later, Yang Wudi sent a letter. Yibai then brought Douluo and Oscar to Haoyu City, north of the Sunset Forest. Haoyu City was a 2nd-tier city. It's lord at the Soul Emperor level. The Poi clan's territory was now east of the city. By the time Yibai and the others arrived, the Poi clan had already settled down. Patriarch Yang and his men are moving so fast. The Xingluo Empire isn't even close. Douluo Yan, looking at the familiar mansion, felt a bit like a dream. Indeed, after their own renovations, the Poe clan's mansion in Haoyu City was nearly identical to the original one in Sam City. Young Master, young Yibai and the other two approached the Poe clan's mansion. The sharp-eyed Poe clan members guarding it spotted them instantly. The entire Poe clan was familiar with young Yibai and his 3 companions. Not to mention their recent grand display within their clan. Yang Wudi, to make his presence known, had even distributed portraits of Douluo, young Yibai, and the other 4, so that the clan members could identify them. The young master address was addressed to Douluo Yan. All young Yibai needed to become young master was a titled Douluo father or grandfather. Hello, young master, young hero Yun, young hero Oscar, the clan leaders, and the others are all inside. Please follow me. They addressed young Yibai with respect. During this time, they had learned quite a bit. They knew young Yibai was their young master's companion, and, more likely, the future leader. Douluo Yan, young Yibai, and Oscar followed them to the private courtyard of clan leader Yang Wudi. In the inner room, Douluo was absent, and it was unclear what he was doing. Inside, Yang Wudi sat at the head of the table, and to his right, sat a burly figure, even more robust than Yang Wudi. The 2 men laughed heartily, their conversation unclear. They're here. Yang Wudi, noticing the outsiders approaching with young Yibai and the other 2, addressed the group below. Clan leader Yang. Clan leader Yang. Clan leader Yang. Young Yibai and the other 2 addressed him respectfully. Status wasn't a matter of rank, the strong were to be respected. This was the unspoken rule of this continent. Unless there was a deep blood feud. Well, you're here. Come, let me introduce you. This is the granddaughter of His Majesty Douluo, young Yibai, the boy with the blue lightning tyrant sex martial spirit. Oscar, the little guy with the innate full soul power of the food system. Chapter 61 Niu Shan Yang Te. Yang Wudi then introduced the burly man below to young Yibai and the other 2. This is my best friend, the patriarch of the Yu clan, Niu Gao, a level 84 defense type battle soul Douluo. Greetings, patriarch Niu. X3. Young Yibai and the other 2 saluted. Well, you are all talented young men indeed. Old Goat has told me all about you. Old Goat. The 3 of them were delighted to hear this. Their relationship was indeed very close. But, it's just hearsay. What are the details? Young Yibai, unsure if the other party was trying to verify the truth, glanced at Oscar. After receiving the news, Oscar slowly stepped forward and spoke confidently. Patriarch Yang. Patriarch Niu. Oscar, 13 years old, level 39 support type battle soul venerable, food type martial soul, god of food. As he spoke, Oscar's expression brightened as 3 soul rings, 2 yellow and 1 purple, appeared. Following Oscar, Douluo Yan also stepped forward. Douluo Yan, 18 years old, 53 level control type war soul king, martial soul, jade phosphorus frost dragon. The unique pressure of a sub-dragon martial soul emanated, followed closely by Douluo Yan's 5 spirit rings, 2 yellow, 2 purple, and 1 black. Niu Gao's eyes narrowed, and he knew for sure, Old Goat wasn't kidding me. He didn't even bother to verify Oscar's bone age or actual spirit power, choosing to trust Yang Wudi. Oscar's eyes were filled with surprise. He hadn't expected Douluo Yan to reach the Soul King realm, but thinking back to the miraculous elixir young Yibai had given him, he didn't think Douluo Yan's level was too far-fetched, considering the significant improvement he had made. Finally, it was young Yibai's turn. He straightened his back, his eyes stern, and his tone steady. Young Yibai, 16 years old, 48th level power attack type war soul sect, martial soul, blue lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex. As he spoke, young Yibai unleashed his spirit rings, 2 yellow, 1 purple, and 1 black. Yang Wudi stood aside, a faint smile plastered across his face. Niu Gao, on the other hand, was different. Though he'd concealed his feelings well, Yang Wudi had noticed the change in his expression. Yes, he hadn't told Niu Gao about young Yibai's 10,000-year 4th spirit ring. Perhaps this was Yang Wudi's malicious interest in targeting his friend Niu Gao. Like Niu Gao, yet different, Oscar couldn't conceal his shock. He knew Yibai and the others had gone to obtain spirit rings some time ago, but he hadn't expected his eldest brother to be so formidable, acquiring a 10,000-year spirit ring for his fourth. Oh my god, boss. A 10,000-year fourth spirit ring. How did you do that? Yibai remained silent, his gaze fixed on Niugao, the patriarch of the Yu clan. Old Rhino, how's it going? Yang Wudi said, looking at Niugao. Niugao took 2 or 3 slow breaths. 10,000-year spirit ring. Excellent. Very good. Worthy of praise from someone as proud as you, old goat. A 10,000-year fourth ring was a first in the Spirit Master world, and Niugao understood the significance of this all too well. After witnessing the talents and strengths of Yibai, Duguyan, and Oscar, Niugao was forced to seriously reconsider what Yang Wudi had said to him some time ago. What do you mean? Old goat has already told me your talents and strengths are more than enough to convince that brat Niushan. When I brought him here, he was quite unconvinced, but now it seems he's climbing the social ladder, Niugao said with a cheerful laugh. Unlike Yang Wudi, Niugao wasn't known for his erratic temper. He was naturally generous and straightforward, and enjoyed the company of heroes. I have no objection. Old goat, have your family members go and fetch Niushan and Yangte. Yang Wudi summoned a member of his clan and dispatched him to find the 2 men Niugao had mentioned. Yangte, an outstanding member of RPOUE clan, is 22 years old this year. When I returned a while ago, he had already reached level 37, making him the most outstanding member of RPOUE clan under 25. I originally wanted to choose Yang Lang, but that kid is already over 25. Yang Wudi introduced Yangte. According to Old Goat's request, this brat I brought is also the most outstanding member of our RUE clan in this age range. He's 22 years old and has level 38 soul power. In order to surpass the Spirit Hall among the elite masters of the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy, Yang Wudi had carefully selected the masters after his return. It wasn't as easy as he said. After receiving Yang Wudi's letter, Niugao also felt that this matter had potential and put in a lot of effort. Yang Wudi, Yang Tae is easy to deal with. He just witnessed the fight between you and the Yang family some time ago. Not only was he convinced, but he was also very happy when he learned that he would team up with you to participate in the competition. But that kid Niushan is indeed the best offspring of Old Rhino and his family. This kid is a bit arrogant. He has never met you. It is difficult and easy to convince him. Niugao may have been too generous. He just said, haha, that kid is easy to deal with. You just have to defeat him. Niugao did not say anything about breaking the defense, and it was obvious that he had enough confidence in the defense of the Yu clan. Chief Niu, this method is quite good, but I'm already level 48, and brother Niu's soul power is only level 38. It shouldn't be a problem. After all, he doesn't know you. When he sees your age and soul power, he'll probably be reassured. The people of my Yu clan are still brave and responsible. On this side, the Yang clan members found Niushan and Yangte, who were rushing over here. Yangte, we've known each other for quite some time. You were so proud back then. How come you've become a coward? Niushan was a little annoyed. Didn't I tell you? Even as strong as brother Yang Lang, he was evenly matched with the Soul Master Yun, although he was defeated in the end. With the limited skills of your POUE clan, you only know how to charge in and fight, without even avoiding. To put it nicely, it's heroic. To put it bluntly, it's reckless. You can't do anything when the other party uses some tricks, Niushan said angrily. I'm different from you. Although I value defense, it's not easy to break through my defense like this, even for a soul master. Not long after, Niushan and Yangte arrived. Chief Yang. Chief Niu. Yangte and Niushan greeted the two chiefs. Yangte exchanged a glance with Yibai and the others, receiving friendly looks from them. Then he came behind Yang Wudi. Niushan also came to Niugao. He looked at Yibai and the other two. You wanted to invite me to participate, but I don't know if you are qualified. He thought the other party was still a soul master a few moments late, looking at the soul rings displayed by the 3 people in front of him. Niushan silently withdrew his words. Facts have proved that Niugao knows his family members well. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 62, A Man of Distinction. Niushan was a bit conceited, but he wasn't completely foolish. He was confident he could defend against a soul master or soul sect, but a soul sect with a fourth soul ring of 10,000 years. What a joke. A fourth soul ring of 10,000 years. That wasn't just a difference in strength. And they were also young. Niushan was a smart man, fully understanding the saying, he who knows the times is a hero. He'd previously thought it was a soul master due to a lack of information, but the truth was, the other party was now a true soul sect. He prioritized the present over the future. Don't offend anyone, just go along, and you'll have a bright future. Well, I admit I was a little loud just now. Niushan, self-proclaimedly clever, spoke up in the awkward moment. Ha 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 ha, I told you this little fella of mine knows the times. Niushan, not only you, but even your clan leader is impressed by these three little guys. Let me tell you, an 18-year-old 52-year-old soul master, a 16-year-old 48-level soul sect, and a 13-year-old 39-level soul master, Niugeo said, looking at Duguyan, Yibai, and Oscar one by one. Niushan felt as if his clan leader was stabbing him in the heart, a stab in the heart. He was practically killing him. He was leaving the Yu clan's genius hanging in the balance. Yang Wudi laughed heartily at the two clowns, and Yan Yibai and the others also found it amusing. However, while they were the candidates Yang Wudi had sent, Yan Yibai also wanted to test the quality of his future teammates. It's rude not to reciprocate. Since the other party wanted to test their skills, Yan Yibai naturally did the same. As for Yang Tai's words, Yan Yibai didn't need to test them. He had already fought against the soul-breaking spear before, and it was formidable. His previous victory was due to a clever trick, otherwise, he would have paid a much greater price. And as a reserve for future battles, Niushan's defense must be strong enough to withstand the Spirit Hall's agility attack sulking, ZU. While there were those who could intercept him, it was always better to be safe than sorry. If Niushan could withstand some of his current attacks, he would be absolutely fine. Come on. I'm ready. In the Pouyi clan's martial arts arena, Niushan glared sternly at Yan Yibai. He agreed with Yan Yibai's statement. After all, most spirit masters struggled to forge friendships without a genuine fight. The exception was someone like Yang Tai, who had long been a family. I'll attack directly with the power of a spirit master, but without using my fourth spirit skill. I'll simulate the most realistic sneak attack of a sensitive attack spirit master, attacking with the strongest attack I can currently unleash, barring my fourth spirit skill. Use your spirit skills. Show your defense. Okay. His spirit possessed him, the plate armored giant rhino. The plate armored giant rhino, a purely defensive beast spirit. After possessing him, Niushan's already broad frame rapidly expanded, his skin instantly turning black, and an extremely thick stratum corneum suddenly formed and covered him. First spirit skill, control. Second spirit skill, search. Third spirit skill, heavy armor control. The first soul skill, defense, increases defense by 100%, increasing to 250% when in a special state. The second soul skill, search, increases strength by 100%, defense by 200%, and removes any abnormal states. The third soul skill, heavy armor defense, triples defense, creating armor that reflects damage by 50%, and weakens the opponent's defense by 15%. As pure defensive soul masters, the Yu clan soul rings are all endowed with a single defensive attribute. This accumulated defense grants them exceptional defensive power, rivaling that of the elephant armor sect's mammoths. The Yu clan's unique focus on a single attribute lies in their ability to maximize that single attribute. However, the greatest drawback of this single attribute soul ring is its limited adaptability. Compared to ordinary soul masters, they are far less adaptable to different opponents, excelling in only one area. This applies not only to the Yu clan, but also to the Pio clan, the Agility clan, and the Strength clan. Here, Yan Yibai waited quietly for NIU Shine to activate his spirit rings. Perhaps not at his best, but near perfect. Yan Yibai then leaped into action, simulating a realistic sneak attack scenario, likely the moment his opponent hurriedly unleashed a spirit skill. Yan Yibai's 3 spirit rings, 2 yellow and 1 purple, shimmered, amplifying all his attributes. Breath of thunder, roar of a thunder dragon. A golden column of lightning erupted from Yan Yibai's mouth. NIU Shine's outer armor blocked Yan Yibai's attack, but it was clear that the overflowing spirit power was somewhat weakened. While the effect wouldn't be apparent to the casual observer, those with more advanced cultivation could see that NIU Shine had expended considerable energy to withstand the blow. After NIU Shine withstood, Yan Yibai launched his second attack. He concentrated all his accumulated lightning into his right fist, harnessing the lightning's high velocity to pierce NIU Shine's defenses. Thunder Dragon Collapse Fist. This move sounds simple, but it takes a lot of effort to do. The perfect control of soul power alone is a difficult problem, and it is also necessary to prevent soul power from going wild. The average soul master is really not willing to spend that time on such a thing. But the final result is very gratifying, isn't it? Yan Yibai relies on this simple move to fight against opponents of higher levels. A flash of lightning, and a punch hit. Crack, crack, crack bang. The crackling sound lasted only a second, and NIU Shine's outer armor shattered directly. NIU Shine was directly knocked away by the impact, but he did not faint, which is enough to prove that his defense is still considerable. NIU Shine used soul power to relieve the force in the air, and finally landed steadily on the martial arts field. He was breathing heavily, and thought to himself, so strong. Is this him from the soul sect? He is really a special person. Yan Yibai was very satisfied with the final result. The opponent's defense was indeed very strong. Yan Yibai gave the opponent a healing pill. This pill was naturally obtained from Yang Wudi. Yang Te is right, you are indeed a monster. NIU Shine said, after taking the pill. Yan Yibai, I reluctantly regard it as your compliment to me. Ha 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 ha, although you are younger than me, the strong are respected. I will follow you in the future. Please take care of me in the future. That night, Yan Yibai found Yang Wudi. What's the matter, kid? Why are you looking for me in the middle of the night? Is there something urgent? It's not a big deal. I just want Chief Yang to help me refine a furnace of pills. Here are the raw materials. Yan Yibai took out the 9th grade purple fungus and the 10,000-year-old ginseng king. Good boy, very generous. He had seen the 10,000 years ginseng king and the yin-yang eye of ice and fire, including the snow silkworm, but he would not take anything that was not his. This was his principle. He only took the herbs that could help detoxify in the yin-yang eye of ice and fire. Okay, but I still need these to make better pills. Yang Wudi also reported some precious herbs that he did not have. Although precious, they were far inferior to the top level herbs such as the 9th rank purple Ganoderma. Chapter 63 Fengzai Ocean. How can you have a girlfriend? The Poe clan was renowned throughout the continent for their alchemy, and Yang Wudi took this refining project very seriously, as he had never before used such top tier herbs. Yan Yibai waited for several days at the Poe clans, while Yang Wudi also spent several days in seclusion refining the medicine. Boy, here are the pills you requested. Yang Wudi handed a vial to Yan Yibai. Yan Yibai took it and gazed at the round, turquoise-colored pills within. These 9 pills were primarily composed of the top-tier herbs 9th grade purple Ganoderma and 10,000 years ginseng king, supplemented with other herbs. Combined with Yang Wudi's sophisticated alchemy skills, the sum of their parts was greater than their sum. Yan Yibai took out a pill and handed it to Yang Wudi. Yang Wudi accepted it with composure, knowing full well that Yan Yibai would never need it himself, and that using it might even help him reach a higher level. Patriarch Yang, I have some business to attend to at the Divine Wind Academy. I'll leave Oscar to the care of the Poe clan. No problem. Yan Yibai had already mentioned his trip to the Divine Wind Academy, so Yang Wudi had no idea what he was going to do. It was time for Yan Yibai to go. After all, there was only a month left before the 4-year agreement. If Oscar breaks through to the soul sect level during this time, I'll probably have to trouble Patriarch Yang for more of his attention. However, Yan Yibai said, his gaze deepening. If nothing unexpected happens, brothers Yang Tae and Yushan will also be able to make it in time to go and obtain spirit rings, Yibai said, looking at the medicine bottle in his hand. Yang Wudi looked as if he had expected it. Yang Wudi, Yushan and Yang Tae are really lucky. Yang Wudi knew that if Yibai hadn't taken a liking to Yang Tae and Yushan, he wouldn't have asked him to refine the medicine, and even offered such valuable items as the 9th grade purple Ganoderma lucidum and the 10,000-year-old ginseng king. This single pill will completely cleanse the bones and marrow, strengthen the body, and enhance soul power. Yibai approached Yang Tae and Yushan, gave each of them a pill, and then left with Douluo Yan, clan leader. Follow the young master and the others, and ensure their safety. Yes. Yang Wudi dispatched a soul sage from the clan to secretly protect them. Meanwhile, Yibai and Douluo Yan slowly made their way to Winx's city, home to the Defeng Academy, located in the Xiandao Empire's Douluo province, north of the Sunset Forest. The journey wasn't far, it only took the two of them a week by carriage. Also located in Douluo province was Blazing Fire Academy. Located in Cosent City, not far from Winx's city. The Blazing Fire Academy was located in Douluo province, not far from Winx's city. After arriving in Winx's city, Yibai spent a small amount of money to inquire with local organizations about Fengzai Ocean's recent situation. I've only heard of this Fengzai Ocean. I didn't expect this man to be such a romantic, Douluo Yan said to Yibai, looking at the information. Those local organizations were incredibly powerful, or perhaps because Yibai paid them so much, they'd gathered all the information on Fengzai Ocean from childhood to the present. When I first met him, he was indeed pursuing a girl from Blazing Fire Academy, but she just didn't pay much attention to him. I saw it. It was a girl named Huo Wu from Blazing Fire Academy. I really don't know what it is about this girl, that she could be so captivated by a genius with an 8 full soul power. Douluo Yan trailed off, smiling at Yibai. You'll know when you see her. Yibai said calmly, his hand still flipping through the information. HMPH. You don't understand romance. When Yibai and Douluo Yan were alone, their interactions were quite interesting. Yibai had grown accustomed to Douluo Yan's daily bickering. Yibai quickly learned all the information. Fengzai Ocean hasn't been at the Shinfeng Academy in Winx City lately. According to intelligence, Fengzai Ocean has been spending his time between Shinfeng Academy, Hurricane Canyon, and Blazing Academy these past few years. If he's not at Shinfeng Academy, he's either training in Hurricane Canyon, or picking up girls at Blazing Academy. For now, all we can do is wait for him. He probably will be back soon. We agreed to meet here. But since he's training in Hurricane Canyon, that proves he still remembered our 4-year agreement. Yibai quietly waited for Fengzai Ocean's return. As for the visiting card letter, he had already delivered it to Shinfeng Academy. It wasn't long, just 6 days later, when Fengzai Ocean finally returned, dusty and exhausted. His clothes were clean, but he looked exhausted. His restrained aura gave off a more composed and unfathomable air. Of course, this was from the perspective of the Shinfeng Academy gate guard. Oh, a letter for me? Fengzai Ocean looked at the guard in surprise. Yes, a few days ago, a blonde man asked me to meet you and hand it over to you, saying he's your good friend. The guard, initially impressed by Yibai's youth and the overwhelming sense of oppression he felt, hadn't entertained any further ulterior motives. Fengzai Ocean took the letter from the guard, opened it, and began to read. So he's already here. He hasn't broken his contract. Fengzai Ocean smiled. Perfect. I don't have to write to him anymore. Fengzai Ocean muttered to himself, then headed towards the city. Someone. But it's not even time for the hotel staff to deliver food at this hour. Douluo Yan, puzzled by the knock on the door, felt a surge of doubt. She and Yibai had only been in Winx City for about 10 days and didn't know anyone else. Douluo Yan opened the door, perplexed. Everyone inside and outside was stunned by the door's opening. From Douluo Yan's perspective, she saw a man about Yibai's height, with long black hair, and dressed in white. However, she didn't recognize him, and wondered who he was. From Fengzai Ocean's perspective, he also saw a beautiful woman, but he already had someone in his heart, so he wouldn't be too tempted by beauty or anything like that. He was puzzled, because the hotel and room number mentioned in the letter that Yun Yibai left for him were not the same one in front of him? Why didn't Yun Yibai appear, but a woman appeared instead? Feng Xiaoshan took 2 steps back and looked up at the room number. He asked in confusion, "It's right here. Who are you? Who are you looking for?" Du Guyan was stunned for a moment, then looked at Feng Xiaoshan warily. From the movements of her hands, it felt like she might attack at any time. "I'm looking for Yun Yibai. He told me this is the room." Du Guyan understood, and she turned around and shouted inside, "Yibai, I'm looking for you." In just a few seconds, Yun Yibai came over. Du Guyan also retreated into the room. Seeing Yun Yibai, Feng Xiaoshan pointed at Yun Yibai incoherently, then pointed at Du Guyan inside. "You hear? She hear? I hear." Chapter 64 Good Teacher Du Guyan, Good Friend Yun Yibai. After the introduction of the middleman Yun Yibai, Feng Xiaoshan and Du Guyan got to know each other. "Brother, how can you find a girlfriend?" Feng Xiaoshan said righteously. Du Guyan was unhappy. Why couldn't Yun Yibai find one? But before she could refute anything, she heard Feng Xiaoshan's sad tone. "How can you succeed? What should I do if you find a girlfriend? I haven't succeeded yet." Du Guyan rolled her eyes when she heard that. Yun Yibai was also impressed by this dog licker. "Brother, do you have any method? Teach me." Feng Xiaoshan turned sideways and whispered to Yun Yibai. "No. My girlfriend is attracted to me. No method is needed." Yun Yibai pushed Feng Xiaoshan away, turned around and hugged Du Guyan, then raised his eyebrows and looked at Feng Xiaoshan. Feng Xiaoshan. He didn't expect that one day he would be fed dog food on the spot. But it's been almost 4 years, and you still haven't gotten Huo from Blazing Academy. What have you done? Yun Yibai knew Feng Xiaoshan couldn't catch up, but he wanted to know what Feng Xiaoshan had done to deserve such repeated rejections. Feng Xiaoshan briefly described how he pursued girls. Puff ha ha ha. Du Guyan laughed after hearing Feng Xiaoshan's words. "Is that how you pursue girls? No wonder she's annoying you." Feng Xiaoshan keenly sensed a glimmer of hope. "Sister-in-law, please teach me." "Call me sister." Yun Yibai glared and corrected. "Sister Yanzi. A true man is able to bend and stretch. As for girls, you can be nice to her and let her remember you, but you can't do it too often. In short, you already have a very high impression in the heart of the girl named Huo, although this impression is not a very good one. The only thing you need to do now is to restrain yourself. Don't take the initiative to look for her during this period. If you have a chance to meet her, just get along with her as an ordinary friend. After the extreme disgust, if you don't look for her, she will feel that her life is getting worse, and you will be uncomfortable, and she will think of you involuntarily. When she finds that her life cannot do without you, you have already succeeded half. But remember, don't be like before, following a licking dog. Oh yes, don't stick to others like a licking dog all day long." Feng Xiaoshan's eyes lit up as he looked at Du Guyan. "Good teacher." Then he looked at Yun Yibai. "Good friend." Anyway, once it comes to Huo, Feng Xiaoshan is a completely different person. Completely different from the cold and arrogant look he usually looks like during training and fighting. However, one thing is another. Neither Yun Yibai nor Feng Xiaoshan forgot their agreement, and both practiced diligently because of it. Feng Xiaoshan had recovered after several days of rest. Yun Yibai and Feng Xiaoshan were now in a quiet spot outside of Winx City. "It's been nearly 4 years, and I believe your spirit power should have reached the soul sect level." Feng Xiaoshan chuckled. Feng Xiaoshan, level 44 agility attack type combat soul sect, martial spirit, swift winter-headed demon wolf. Please teach me. 4 spirit rings, 2 yellow and 2 purple, appeared on Feng Xiaoshan's body. The emergence of his spirit power caused a breeze to flow around him. "Last time, I was careless and fell into your trap. This time, I think you should just admit defeat and join my Shinfeng Academy. A spirit master as outstanding as you will definitely have a backdoor from the dean." Feng Xiaoshan was confident in his own abilities. This wasn't just because his spirit power had reached level 44, but also because his self-created spirit skills had already advanced significantly. Long-term training in Hurricane Canyon coupled with previous brief discussions with young Yibai about self-created spirit skills, had transformed him into a far superior person. I'll return the favor. Zizizizi. Young Yibai took a step forward, surrounded by lightning, and his arms transformed into dragon claws. Young Yibai raised his claws and looked at Feng Zai Ocean. Young Yibai, level 48 strong attack type battle soul sect, martial spirit, blue lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex. Please teach me. 2 yellow, 1 purple, and 1 black. 10,000 year spirit ring. Feng Zai Ocean's eyes narrowed, his pupils constricted, his words filled with disbelief. The facts were there, and no matter how much Feng Zai Ocean hated to admit it, he had no choice. Even if young Yibai possessed a 10,000 year spirit ring, Feng Zai Ocean wasn't afraid. Before they'd fought, it was hard to predict who would win. Come. Feng Zai Ocean's martial spirit possessed him, his third spirit ring shimmering. A pair of cyan wings appeared behind him, and Feng Zai Ocean soared towards young Yibai. Full. Young Yibai's first spirit ring illuminated, and as he clenched his fist, bolts of lightning rained down in his path. Feng Zai Ocean's agility was so great that he dodged every bolt of lightning young Yibai had created. However, having already reached young Yibai, Feng Zai Ocean didn't choose to engage in close combat. His first spirit ring illuminated, activating his spirit skill, Windblade Formation. The battle 4 years prior was still vivid in his mind, and he knew full well that young Yibai possessed exceptional close combat prowess. HMPH. Young Yibai snorted coldly, his spirit power surging forth, enveloping him in golden lightning that neutralized any wind blades that approached him. His exquisite control over lightning is no less impressive than my command over wind. Feng Zai Ocean thought to himself upon witnessing this scene. Feng Zai Ocean had imagined his battle with young Yibai several times. Based on their previous encounter, young Yibai's lightning power was immense, and with its aid, his speed rivaled his own. His previous soul duel with young Yibai had ended in defeat due to his underestimation of young Yibai's strength, unaware of its explosive potential. This time, he wouldn't fall for the same trick. Just as young Yibai gathered information on Feng Zai Ocean, so too did Feng Zai Ocean, a man of his skill. A head-on confrontation isn't wise. Consuming his soul power through constant harassment and attacks is the proper way to deal with him. Having been tricked once, Feng Zai Ocean became more cautious. This bet held great significance, and Feng Zai Ocean wanted to ensure victory. As for the method, victory was all that mattered. For the next several rounds, Feng Zai Ocean repeatedly used wind blades to deplete young Yibai's soul power. Young Yibai noticed Feng Zai Ocean's passive fighting style and attritional fighting style. To be honest, he was not afraid of a war of attrition at all. Although he didn't know where Feng Zai Ocean got the confidence to fight a war of attrition, his confidence in fighting a war of attrition came from the right leg bone of the 100,000-year-old blue-silver emperor. However, although this could defeat Feng Zai Ocean would still feel a little bit dissatisfied. Young Yibai's first and second soul rings flashed, and violent lightning gathered on young Yibai's body. Young Yibai stretched out his right hand, aimed at Feng Zai Ocean and grabbed 5 Thunder Heart. Chapter 65. 4th Soul Skill, Ice Fang Thunder Dragon Fist. 5 Thunders of Heaven is just a name. It actually refers to young Yibai's exquisite control of lightning spirit power, directing these bolts with purpose and direction toward Feng Zai Ocean. Seeing the lightning approaching quickly, Feng Zai Ocean immediately unleashed wind blades. Second spirit skill, Twin Wolf Possession, Windblade Formation. Feng Zai Ocean unleashed her spirit skills in quick succession, instantly amplifying the power of the wind blades. The massive blades cut through the incoming lightning bolts. However, the lightning bolts were only young Yibai's initial attack. The true killer move, young Yibai himself, was already charging towards Feng Zai Ocean, swathed in lightning. A sneak attack. Feng Zai Ocean's heart tightened. With the swift wings behind him flapping, he dodged young Yibai's sudden attack. Feng Zai Ocean wasn't interested in a fight, and the swift wings carried him away from direct contact with young Yibai. He wanted to continue depleting young Yibai's spirit power. Now was not the time for close combat. But why would young Yibai give Feng Zai Ocean a chance? It's just flying. He spoke as if nothing had happened to him. His soul power manifested into ice and fire dragon wings. However, Feng Xiaoshen's attribute was wind, resulting in extremely fast speed, and Yan Yibei's wings alone were still far behind. However, Yan Yibai possessed the 100,000-year-old Blue-Silver Emperor's right leg bone, and the speed it granted him was unmatched by Feng Xiaoshen. What kind of opportunity does he have? Are those dragon wings his fourth soul skill? Seeing Yan Yibai charging towards him, Feng Xiaoshen only made a simple guess. Thunder Dragon. Approaching Feng Xiaoshen, Yan Yibai gathered his strength and unleashed a bolt of lightning. Feng Xiaoshen, having honed his agility through years of training in Hurricane Canyon, dodged Yan Yibei's attack. Yan Yibai remained unfazed, instead accelerating. He's actually just as fast as me. Feng Xiaoshen was shocked. This isn't going to work. Yan Yibai was about to launch a lightning strike from behind him. It seems close combat is inevitable. Feng Xiaoshen quickly analyzed the situation. Feng Xiaoshen acted decisively, turning back to unleash another barrage of wind blades at Yan Yibai. Yan Yibai swung his fist, and a concentrated burst of lightning instantly shattered the wind blades. Feng Xiaoshen seized the opportunity to ascend above Yan Yibai. Swift wind-headed demonic wolf. Feng Xiaoshen swooped down on Yan Yibai. It should have been long ago. Yan Yibei's eyes flickered with lightning. Feng Xiaoshen's original spirit skill, Swift Wind Demonic Wolf Slash, built upon his second and third spirit skills. While enhancing his wind attributed spirit power, he harnessed the ultra high speed movement afforded by his swift wind wings, using them as a means of attack, continuously slashing at the enemy. The more slashes he made, the greater the attack and destructive power. 3 spirit rings illuminated beneath Yan Yibei's body, 2 yellow and 1 purple. Thunder Dragon Roar. Yan Yibai unleashed a wave of lightning. Feng Xiaoshen, agile and swift, circled the wave, his swift wind wings slicing through Yan Yibei's lightning. HMPH. Yan Yibei's entire body was engulfed in lightning, especially on his dragon claws, where the intensity was greatest. From Du Guyan's perspective, 2 streaks of cyan and gold light continuously intersected in the air. Gradually, the two had clashed 36 times. This meant Feng Xiaoshen's slashing attacks had already reached 36. Both of their spirit powers were being depleted. Since Feng Xiaoshen had decided to confront Yan Yibai head-on, he naturally wouldn't be as complacent and careless as he had been the previous time. After each contact, he didn't hesitate to fight, breaking away and striking back again. Feeling the lightning enveloping his fists being slashed by Feng Xiaoshen's razor-sharp gust wings, Yan Yibai thought to himself, getting sharper. Feng Xiaoshen, you've truly made tremendous progress. Yan Yibei's attacks could be charged to increase their power, but Feng Xiaoshen was a cunning thief. He had completely avoided physical contact with Yan Yibai. Every collision was a gust of wind wings generated by his wind-attributed spirit power. Even with the might of Yan Yibei's fists, his power wouldn't affect Feng Xiaoshen. However, Yan Yibei's spirit's dragon transformation wasn't so simple. Although Feng Xiaoshen used his swift wind wings to strike, Yan Yibei's dragon claws repeatedly damaged portions of his wings. Feng Xiaoshen used his spirit power to replenish, only to exacerbate his energy consumption. Still hiding? Feng Xiaoshen, don't need your courtesy. Feng Xiaoshen knew he wasn't using his full strength. But Yan Yibai might react if he knew. Isn't it time to take advantage of this popularity issue? Thanks to you, my original spirit skill has now reached the Swift Wind Demon Wolf 48 combo. Feng Xiaoshen swooped down on Yan Yibai again. What's going on? Suddenly, Feng Xiaoshen's heart tightened, and he felt a chill. Meanwhile, Yan Yibei's 4 spirit rings, 2 yellow, 1 purple, and 1 black lit up one after another. The first 3 supporting spirit skills showed that Yan Yibai didn't want to continue the stalemate. Feng Xiaoshen had already expended more spirit power than he did. At first, using his ultimate move was a complete waste, as Feng Xiaoshen could easily dodge it. But now, the situation was different. The opponent's soul power was depleted, and whether he could dodge it was another matter. Is that his 10,000-year soul ring? Yan Yibei's body was shrouded in a crisscross of cold and lightning, as if a giant dragon of ice and thunder loomed behind him, imbuing him with an endless sense of oppression. Lightning and ice condensed into sharp fangs on his fists, flashing with lightning and emitting a terrifying aura. Feng Xiaoshen sensed this power, and he could already feel his speed decrease and his soul power depleted. His heart sank, but he wasn't afraid. Let's try. 4th soul skill, Demon Wolf Storm. Feng Zai Ocean roared, his soul power surging through his body. His 4th soul skill, Demon Wolf Storm, instantly unleashed. A howling wind mingled with the roar of a demon wolf. His soul power condensed into 2 massive heads of wind demon wolves, sweeping towards Yibai. Furthermore, within this area shrouded in raging wind, countless razor-sharp wind blades sliced through space like the claws of a demon wolf, carrying devastating force. 4th soul skill, Ice Fang Thunder Dragon Fist. Yibai's fist unleashed a column of cold air shrouded in lightning, instantly devouring Feng Zai Ocean's attack. Yibai's 4th soul skill, Ice Fang Thunder Dragon Fist, utilizes the dual effects of lightning paralysis and icy cold air to halt the enemy's movements. Bang! With a resounding roar, the Ice Fang Thunder Dragon Fist collided with the Demon Wolf Storm, unleashing a powerful blast of air. The surrounding trees and rocks shattered under the immense impact. After all, it was a 10,000-year soul skill, and with Yibai's all-around amplification, the lightning-wrapped column of cold air initially appeared to suppress Feng Zai Ocean's soul skills. The lightning column directly penetrated Feng Zai Ocean's 4th soul skill, instantly revealing the difference in power between the 10,000-year soul skill and the 1,000-year soul skill. The lightning icicles came straight at him, and Feng Zai Ocean's heart tightened. 48 consecutive slashes of the wind demon wolf. Feng Zai Ocean's figure was seen spinning rapidly in the air, like a spinning top, and the wind wings behind him also spun madly, driving up gusts of wind. Then he pushed forward, trying to cut the lightning cold air column emitted by Yibai. In the end, Yibai's ice and lightning consumed the wind that protected Feng Zai Ocean's body. After the wind attribute soul power wrapped around Feng Zai Ocean was eroded, the lightning icicles directly covered him, and the cold and lightning struck his soul directly. Thunder. Yibai appeared behind him at some point and decided the outcome with one punch. Zanbudu, he. Chapter 66 Feng Zai Ocean joins the gang. Ultimately, it was the difference in soul power between Feng Zai Ocean and Yibai. At their base level, Yibai was level 48, while Feng Zai Ocean was level 45, a difference of 3 levels. Regarding soul skills, Yibai's 3 all-attribute amplifying soul skills all included soul power amplification, which also contributed to the disparity. Finally, regarding soul power recovery, Feng Zai Ocean's soul power recovery wasn't very effective, but Yibai, with the blessing of the 100,000-year-old Blue Silver Emperor's right leg bone, had a respectable recovery rate. By the time Feng Zai Ocean completed his 36 consecutive slashes with the Wind Wolf, the disparity in soul power between the two had already formed. This disparity in soul power was the key factor in Yibai's ability to defeat his opponent with a single strike of his 4th soul skill. I lost. Yibai's punch had just knocked Feng Zai Ocean to the ground, and now Feng Zai Ocean was slowly climbing out of the pit. How could you have so much soul power left? Feng Zai Ocean looked at Yibai in confusion. Once you leave Shinfeng Academy and join us, you'll know. Well, I'm willing to accept the bet, but it might take some time. It's not easy to reason with our Shinfeng Academy's dean. Don't bother. Just mention Yan'an's grandfather. Dugu Yan's grandfather? You mean Poison Douluo? He was beginning to suspect Yibai had been coveting him for a long time. He'd even prepared for his defeat, revealing the title of a titled Douluo, and that was the moody Poison Douluo. Even if the Shinfeng Academy had their objections, they would have to swallow their anger in front of a titled Douluo. Besides, this was a pre-arranged bet, so it wasn't exactly bullying or robbery. How shameless. HMPH. I don't have the time to waste on you arguing with your Shinfeng Academy's dean. Yibai shrugged. The latest All-Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite competition is only a little over 2 years away. After I find you, I need to find other teammates. It seems you haven't even assembled your team for the All-Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite competition yet. Feng Zai Ocean looked at Yibai speechlessly. Never mind, it's my fault for losing. Once I'm on this pirate ship, I'm stuck with it. Feng Zai Ocean wouldn't admit he had a bit of a void poison Douluo. What about the teammates I have now? Now that he was already on this pirate ship, it was natural for him to get to know his fellow shipmates. Yang Iron, a level 52 control type battle sulking. What? She's a Soul King. This was undoubtedly another bombshell for Feng Ocean. What? Can't I be a Soul King? Du Guyan smiled at Feng Ocean. Du Guyan's smile sounded like the whisper of a demon to Feng Ocean. Du Guyan was his mentor, and he couldn't afford to offend her. Of course. What else? Feng Ocean looked at Yan Yibai, quickly skipping over the previous topic. The members of the Po Yi clan and Yu Yi clan, formerly vassals of the 4 single attribute clans of the Haotian sect, are our teammates. Before the competition, they should be able to become attack type soul masters and defense type soul masters. Finally, there's a support type soul master with a food type spirit, who will also reach soul master status before the competition begins. Feng Ocean, 1, 2, 3. That makes 6 people now. That means, by the time the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite competition begins, we'll likely have at least 2 Soul Kings and 4 Soul Masters. Hiss. Feng Ocean gasped. It would have been nice not to know, but once he did, it was utterly terrifying. He had no idea Yan Yibai was so impressive, quietly assembling a team that could rival the Spirit Hall. He suddenly felt like he wasn't at a disadvantage. If they could actually defeat the Spirit Hall, it would be a complete win. I'll go back to the Dean. Feng Ocean turned and left, his eyes resolute. Yan Yibai had the intention of taking Feng Ocean away directly this time, so he and Du Guyan stayed in Winx City to await him. The process was somewhat bumpy, but the ultimate outcome was satisfactory. When Feng Ocean approached Liu Rufeng, the Dean of Shinfeng Academy, to explain his intention to transfer, Liu Rufeng was stunned. He even suspected that Feng Ocean's recent training had damaged his brain. Feng Ocean explained the bet with Yan Yibai and Yan Yibai's genius, and Liu Rufeng finally agreed. Of course, this wasn't because he was afraid of title Douluo du Gubo. He simply felt that Yan Yibai and Feng Ocean had great potential together. Yan Yibai didn't need Feng Ocean to leave with him. Compared to leaving with them, the environment around Shinfeng Academy was more suitable for Feng Ocean's training. Before leaving, Yan Yibai gave Feng Ocean a pill. What is this pill? It smells quite fragrant, Feng Ocean asked, looking at the green pill in front of him. Do you think Yan and I have made such great progress? Yan Yibai smiled at Feng Ocean. Great stuff. Feng Ocean accepted it. He planned to give it a try after Yan Yibai and the others left. Haven't you chosen the final official candidate yet? After a brief encounter, Feng Ocean realized that Yan Yibai's so-called teammates weren't all students from his academy. Yan Yibai was on the elite program. We don't really have a suitable candidate yet. What? Do you have one? Yan Yibai turned to look at Feng Ocean. Actually, Yan Yibai didn't care much about the last team member anymore. On his team. Look, is Huo any good? Ugh. That bootliker is hopeless. Du Guyan and Yan Yibai both shook their heads, thinking to themselves. While Yan Yibai was still in Winx City, Yushan and Yangtei, after taking the elixir Yan Yibai had given them, instantly increased their soul power by 2 levels, reaching level 40. The potency of the elixir was comparable to a souped-up soul regenerating pill. Of course, the soul regenerating pill was not as effective as the pills refined by Yang Wudi. After Yushan and Yangtei broke through, Oscar took a little longer to break through to level 40. So, when Yan Yibai and Du Guyan returned to Haoyu City, Oscar, Yushan, and Yangtei were already in the Sunset Forest. The leader was the Soul Sage of the Yang family, and Yang Wudi had something urgent to do. Yangtei's 4th soul ring was obtained with the help of Gao, and Yushan's soul ring was hunted by Yangtei, Yushan, and Oscar together. Oscar, I won't talk about your first 2 soul skills. They are very effective, that is. Yushan probably remembered the smell of stinky tofu, and his face looked a little strange. Your 3rd soul skill is amazing. I never thought that I would be able to soar in the sky before I reach the Soul Sage level in my lifetime. The 3 of them flew in the outer area of the Sunset Forest. Of course. Although I'm a food type soul master, don't underestimate me. Chapter 67. The 3 parties discuss establishing a sect. Yan Yibai and Du Guyan leisurely returned to Haoyu City. By the time they returned, Oscar, Yushan, and Yangtei, the 3 people who had gone to obtain spirit rings, hadn't returned yet. It seems you achieved your goal. At night, Yang Wudi, Niugeo, and Yun Yibai were staying in a room within Yang Wudi's courtyard. Yun Yibai had been invited by Yang Wudi. While seemingly chatting over wine and tea, he actually had something he wanted to learn from Yun Yibai. With my current spirit power, if I lose to Feng Zai Ocean, whose spirit power is even lower than mine, I'd truly be failing my top tier beast spirit, the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yun Yibai slowly put down his teacup and smiled. Seniors, you didn't invite me here just to chat. If you have anything to say, let's get straight to the point. Okay, I just love your straightforwardness. Ha 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 ha. Niugeo laughed heartily. Honestly, as a straightforward, unrefined man, he wasn't used to tea drinking. He preferred the hearty grind of a glass of wine. Alright. Boy, let me ask you, do you ever want to establish a sect? Yang Wudi didn't hold back, and asked Yun Yibai directly. Yes. Yun Yibai didn't deny his ambition. Perhaps it's better to say that capable people always have something they want to do, whether for themselves or for others. Alright, as long as you have that idea. Old Rhino, what about you? Yang Wudi turned to look at Niugeo. Our 4 major single attribute clans have been separated for too long. Over the years, those random people under the spirit hall have always come to cause trouble for us. Old Rhino, I'm telling you this, because I consider you my good brother. What do you think? If you ask me, we single attribute clans should unite. Either form a sect, or join another one, and then give the spirit hall a good fight, to show them that we are not so easily bullied. I've had this idea for a long time, and I'd like to take this opportunity to unite us old guys again, to avoid the tragedy that happened over a decade ago. It's perfect. This kid has clearly stated that he will establish a sect in the future. Behind him stands Douluo, a titled Douluo who also bears the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex spirit. He's secretly backed by the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus clan. Although the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus clan won't help, this invisible identity is enough. And whether it's his identity as the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex or the poisoned Douluo behind him, they can't possibly be related to the spirit hall. The Fire Leopard sect, one of the 4 lower sects near RPOE clan, has been trying to merge RPOE clan into their Fire Leopard sect for years. Judging from their behavior, they've probably already established ties with the spirit hall. This shows that the spirit hall's ambitions are growing. They've already begun to win over some spirit master forces. This is not a good sign. To survive in this treacherous spirit master world, only by uniting, can we have the strength to resist. Old Niu, have you thought it through? Niugeo had been pondering as Yang Wudi spoke. In fact, Yang Wudi had already mentioned this matter the last time he wrote to him. He had originally thought he was joking, but he didn't expect that after this visit, Yang Wudi would actually join forces with the titled Douluo and bring up the matter again. Actually, old goat, it's not just you. You're being harassed by the Fire Leopard sect of the lower 4 sects in the Xingluo Empire, and the Yu clan, which borders the Xiandao Empire and Xingluo Empire, has also been in trouble recently. The Xiangjia sect of the lower 4 sects has also come to my Yu clan, hinting at their desire to merge with their Xiangjia sect. HMPH. Damn, what right does that old fellow Hu Yansen have? My Yu clan's plate armored rhinoceroses are no less powerful than his Xiangjia sect's mammoths. He's a soul Douluo, and so am I. Why should I bow down to him? When you wrote to me, I thought it was a joke. It was only after I met His Majesty the poisoned Douluo that I began to seriously consider your idea. But it was you who really made up my mind. Niugeo finished, glancing sideways at Yun Yibai. Yun Yibai was slightly taken aback, having never expected that he would be the reason. Your Majesty Douluo is undoubtedly a titled Douluo. Even the status of a sect is determined by its strongest spirit master. A titled Douluo can indeed make the spirit hall a little wary, but that's all. The status of a sect is also determined by its disciples. A sect tree needs deep roots to flourish. The growth and achievements of its disciples are like the rain, dew, and sunshine that nourish the tree. They are indispensable. For a sect to prosper over the long term, it must not only have strong figures like Your Majesty Douluo as pillars, but also countless young spirit masters with dreams and the courage to explore. They are the hope of the sect's future. In other words, your majesty Douluo determines the future lower limit of the sect, and you, Yibai, are one of the keys to determining its upper limit. Your spirit is the blow-lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex, but you've already broken the record we know of, a 16-year-old soul sect master, with a spirit power level of 48. If nothing unexpected happens, you'll be able to break through to the Soul King realm by the age of 17. This record is simply unprecedented. Even Tang Heo, who is known for his wild and unruly nature, and is known as the youngest titled Douluo, and is undoubtedly a bastard in the eyes of me, and the old goat, has never shown such astonishing achievements as you, when he was the same age. Yibai was not very fond of Tang Heo. He was not like that old gorilla, who was undoubtedly a bootlicker. Equally unprecedented is your fourth spirit ring, a 10,000-year fourth spirit ring, which completely breaks the constraints of conventional techniques. A 10,000-year spirit ring is an extremely powerful spirit skill, even for raw level. Speaking of luck, I think you're very good. Perhaps you'll even be able to obtain a 100,000-year spirit ring or spirit bone in the future. All of the above proves that you possess the potential to become a titled Douluo. In the future, you may even surpass Yu Yuansen, a powerful figure of the blow-lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex clan. Your spirit power can reach an even higher realm, a realm that even many older spirit masters dream of. The more powerful you become, the more fearful they will be of you in the eyes of the spirit hall. Their condescending attitude may be forced to restrain a little, because of your rise. At times, the spirit hall will even give us some leeway. This is your strength and the glory of our sect. Chapter 68. You said the sect is not as good as the academy. Furthermore, this honor doesn't belong to you alone. His Majesty Douluo's granddaughter, Oscar, the gifted young man with full food type innate soul power, and Fengzai Ocean, the innate full soul power you painstakingly found some time ago. Each of them has immense potential to break through to the title Douluo level. Just imagine, a sect with so many young talents. Their future achievements will be limitless. How could I not be tempted by such a sect? Yibai's words made perfect sense, and he wasn't just speaking to Yang Wudi and Yibai, but to himself as well. After all, most of what he said was just speculation about the future, and until speculation becomes reality, everything remains a fantasy. For Yibai, this was a gamble. He had already decided on the bet, and now he was simply trying to convince himself. It seems you've already thought about this, old rhino. You've been using sign language with me all this time, and I thought you didn't quite agree, so I called Yibai here. But since you've agreed, can't we go ask old orangutan and old white bird again? Yibai nodded. I think we can ask. After all, our 4 single attribute clans are the strongest when united. We've been partners for so many years. The 2 of them had completely ignored Yibai. Ahem. Yibai clenched his fist and pressed it to his mouth. Kid, do you have anything else to say? Clan leader Yang, clan leader Niu. Actually, in the current situation, I don't recommend establishing a clan. Oh. Kid, what you said contradicts what you said before. Yang Wudi waited for Yibai's next words. If there was anything wrong, he didn't mind exchanging ideas with Yibai. I do have an opinion on establishing our own faction. But given the current situation, the Heaven Dao Empire and the Crossing Luo Empire have each been cultivating for 100 years. Senior Yang and Senior Niu have both settled in the Crossing Luo Empire for over a decade. You 2 seniors should be well aware of the situation there. Secondly, the Spirit Hall. The Haotian sect has closed its gates, and the 4 lower sects have been frequently courting the Spirit Hall. Since the new Pope took office, the entire Spirit Hall has changed. I've looked through the information. While the Spirit Hall was domineering and expanded its influence in the past, it never extended its reach into the Spirit Master world as it does now. This is not a good sign. Yibai's expression gradually grew more solemn. Given the current situation, if we establish a sect system during this period, with Utah seniors and senior Douluo, many Spirit Masters will definitely join us, and the sect's strength will be strengthened. However, such a high profile will undoubtedly attract more attention from the Spirit Hall, and this special attention will be extremely disadvantageous for a newly established sect. Yibai analyzed the pros and cons of establishing a sect. Then Yibai changed the subject. However, if we change our thinking and establish a Soul Master Academy, then the situation will be very different. The Soul Master Academy, as an indispensable force in the Soul Master world, exists more to cultivate a new generation of Soul Masters and pass on their knowledge and skills. Compared to the sects, which are highly aggressive and pioneering forces, the Soul Master Academy is more gentle and easier to accept. The sects rely on the Academy's territory and resources, while the Soul Master Academy, in the eyes of the Soul Masters of today's continent, is just a place to train Soul Masters. It poses no threat to those sect forces at all. Niugeo touched his chin. That's indeed true. Even we know more about the 3 upper sects and the 4 lower sects, and not much about the Soul Master Academy. If you hadn't wanted to participate in the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite competition, I would still not care. The Academy is indeed far inferior to the sect in terms of fame and influence. Yibai smiled softly and continued, sects often clash endlessly for territory, resources, and status, but the Soul Master Academy is different. It's more like a temple of knowledge, a cradle for the growth of Soul Masters. In the eyes of the vast majority of Soul Masters on the continent today, the Soul Master Academy is a place to train Soul Masters and provide talent, rather than a threatening force. Therefore, it won't touch the sensitive nerves of the sects, nor will it cause them to be overly vigilant. We can cleverly exploit this, concealing our strength within the guise of the Soul Master Academy, and grow in a more covered and secure manner. This way, we can avoid the undue attention of the Spirit Hall and other sects, while secretly accumulating strength and cultivating our own elite Soul Masters. Upon hearing this, Yang Wuda's eyes flashed with approval. Your idea is unique and makes sense. Using the Soul Master Academy as a cover can indeed allow us to grow and develop in secret without exposing ourselves prematurely. Niugeo pondered. According to you, establishing a Soul Master Academy is indeed more advantageous than establishing a sect. Yang Wudi took over. A Soul Master Academy is still just a Soul Master Academy after all. It can't compare to sects like the upper 3 sects, even if the Soul Master Academy has title Douluo. If ordinary Soul Master Academy isn't good enough, what about the continent's #1 Advanced Soul Master Academy? Yibai responded directly to Yang Wudi and Niugeo's gazes, his lips curled up in a smile. The continent's #1 Advanced Soul Master Academy. Yang Wudi and Niugeo's eyes were filled with shock. That's right. Ordinary Advanced Soul Master Academy lacks fame and power, but what about a top-tier Advanced Soul Master Academy ranked #1 on the continent? Such an academy would undoubtedly stand out in the Soul Master world. Seniors, you haven't truly understood Advanced Soul Master Academy. Advanced Soul Master Academy can simply provide simple instruction, with a simpler system, a dean, and a few teachers. But, Yibai changed the subject. An Advanced Soul Master Academy can also include a complex and large system similar to a sect. In fact, the idea of building the continent's first Advanced Soul Master Academy came to me when I was 13. I was born into the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex. Rashly establishing a sect would be tantamount to treason. But being the dean of an Advanced Soul Master Academy is different. It might also allow me to connect with the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex and establish a special connection. Kid, stop talking nonsense and tell me your ideas for this top Soul Master Academy on the continent. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 69. The concept of the continent's top Soul Master Academy. After carefully analyzing Yibai's words, Yang Wudi was persuaded. Given the current situation on the continent, it was indeed necessary to avoid the Spirit Hall's influence. Sects were indeed too conspicuous, and with the Puyi and Yuyi clans within the sect, anyone with a discerning eye could see what they were up to. The Spirit Hall naturally wouldn't allow such threats to grow. However, if the Puyi and Yuyi clans participated in the teaching system, they would no longer pose a threat to the Spirit Hall. The Advanced Spirit Master Academy's status on this continent was such that it was neither high nor low. Young Yibai hadn't yet finished his vision for the Spirit Master Academy, but that had already tempted Yang Wudi and Liu Gao. They wondered how these two would react once young Yibai had fully fleshed out the plan. The Advanced Soul Master Academy I envision may be comparable to Soul Master forces like the Spirit Hall in its most glorious future. First of all, the Advanced Soul Master Academy can absorb powerful Soul Masters, Deans, Vice Deans, Academy Priests, and Academy Teachers in its management team. Such responsibilities undoubtedly require Soul Masters with a certain level of strength to be qualified to hold these positions. The stronger the overall strength of the Advanced Soul Master Academy, the more teachers it can accommodate. The Academy's decision making is not a one-man show. Each of the Academy's top management has the right to vote, and decisions on issues depend on the results of the vote. Secondly, in terms of the structural system of the Advanced Soul Master Academy, such an Advanced Soul Master Academy can already be regarded as a force. The Academy has its own market and its own projects. For example, Senior Yang's POE clan can establish an alchemy academy, and the Yi clan can set up a special course to teach defense, and so on. The education of Soul Masters is based on teaching students in accordance with their aptitude. Such education can become a second interest for the Soul Masters of the Academy. Secondly, the sphere of influence of the Advanced Soul Master Academy. Once the comprehensive strength of the Advanced Soul Master Academy becomes stronger, we can completely follow the example of the Spirit Hall and build a city for our Advanced Soul Master Academy. With such a city, we will need guards and troops to defend it. If it can be successfully developed, the Yu clan will need to contribute some efforts. Third, it's hard to say now, but in the future, the vast majority of outstanding Soul Masters who graduate from our Advanced Soul Master Academy will remember the Academy's training, and will be able to respond to a call. Fourth, the Academy can be divided into inner and outer courtyards. The inner courtyard can invest more resources in those Soul Masters with outstanding talents, and provide more in-depth teaching and training. Even if half of these inner courtyard students are willing to stay at the Academy, they are the seeds of the Academy's future. Even those who leave are external resources for the Academy. Fifth, with such an excellent Advanced Soul Master Academy, those outstanding family heirs, and perhaps some sect descendants, will also come here to study. These are always to establish friendly relations with Soul Master sects and Soul Master families. Furthermore, the Soul Master Academy can serve as a bridge for communication with other factions. Through academic exchanges, Soul Master competitions, and other means, we can better understand the dynamics of the Soul Master world, gather useful information, and lay a solid foundation for our future development. This is a level I envision the Advanced Soul Master Academy to achieve. Perhaps it could be even better, but that kind of glory will never be achieved today. Even the Spirit Hall achieved such a massive scale and influence after thousands of years. The most crucial point is that the Advanced Soul Master Academy is most conducive to our growth and helps us conceal our strength. Our goal is to quietly rise under the guise of the Advanced Soul Master Academy and ultimately become a force to be reckoned with in the Soul Master world. With the two seniors and senior Douluo's lineup of Soul Masters, the Advanced Soul Master Academy is also the fastest way for us to expand our influence. Yang Wudi, boy, I admit that I'm interested in what you're saying, and I'm indeed tempted. But you said that establishing an Advanced Soul Master Academy would be the fastest way for us to expand our influence. How can that be true? I don't believe that establishing an Advanced Soul Master Academy would be more prestigious or influential than establishing a sect. 2 points. Young Yibai held up 2 fingers. First, we'll open our own Advanced Soul Master Academy. Then, I'll take Douluo Yan, Oscar, Niu Shan, Yang Tae, and Feng Zai Ocean to participate in the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Competition. Our success will determine the fame and exposure our academy will gain. Fame and exposure will bring enormous influence, and we'll definitely have a lot of applicants, both students and teachers. Second, we have Senior Douluo as a title Douluo, and clan leaders Yang and Liu as Soul Douluos. With that kind of strength, we can slowly devour other Advanced Soul Master Academies, and merge them into ours. Take, for example, Divine Wind Academy. Young Yibei's face shone with confidence. No wonder you're obsessed with that soul master named Feng Zai Ocean from Divine Wind Academy. So that's what you're thinking. Judging by your behavior, you must have been eyeing Divine Wind Academy for a while. Ha 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 ha. Niu Gao laughed. In the face of the current trend, as long as it's in the open, no spirit master organization can survive on its own. Either join another larger force, or unite to form a stronger force. The merger of the advanced spirit master academies is already a general trend. I'm just looking at the current problem from the perspective of the future. You kid, you really have a long-term vision. You have a mind that most people don't have. What you consider is something I have never thought of. Only now can I confirm that you can indeed accomplish great things in the future. You have the talent to become a strong man, and you also have the vision to see the situation clearly and predict the future direction. What you lack now is the means to control things. The top advanced spirit master academy on the continent. Interesting. Old goat. Our 4 single attribute families followed the Haotian sect for so many years and abandoned it just like that. I never thought that one day we would have the right to make decisions. Ha 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 ha. If it really can be so glorious in the future, then I, a veteran, will be a figure who can leave a deep mark in the history of the continent. Ha 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 ha. Then let's do it. Starting with the Advanced Soul Master Academy, let's collect some interest from the Spirit Hall through this so-called Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Competition. Yang Wuda's eyes gleamed. The thought of revenge in broad daylight was exciting. Yang Wudi and Niu Gao approved Yan Yibei's Advanced Soul Master Academy plan. Chapter 70 Acquisition, Wuji Academy. Senior Douluo prefers quiet and doesn't like trouble. If we are establishing an Advanced Soul Master Academy, then the position of Dean will probably need to be handled by you two. Ahem, old rhino. I still have a lot of medicine that needs to be refined. You'll be the Dean first. Yang Wudi took the initiative. Old goat, you're so quick to give up on this. Niu Gao was dissatisfied. The two of them shirked the responsibility, neither wanting to do it. Both wanted to work behind the scenes. You two don't have to be so kind. Dean can also be a position. The specific matters can be delegated to the lower levels. That's good old rhino. You take it first. When the time comes, someone suitable will replace you. Yang Wudi directly assigned this position to Niu Gao. Then when will we establish the Advanced Soul Master Academy? And what about the teachers and students there? Yan Yibai smiled mysteriously and said, doesn't Haoyu City already have an existing Advanced Soul Master Academy? Are you talking about the Haoyu Advanced Soul Master Academy, where the Dean is only a Soul Emperor? Yes, that's the Haoyu Advanced Soul Master Academy in Haoyu City. It's not ranked high among the other Advanced Soul Master Academies on the entire continent, but even at its worst, it's still an Advanced Soul Master Academy. It's ranked low now, because we're not here. With us, this academy will see a qualitative leap. Would you two, seniors, be willing to accompany me tomorrow? These are our own affairs, so why bother talking about trouble? Niu Gao waved his hand. For the sake of our shared foundation, I'll offer you tea instead of wine. Yan Yibai raised his teacup. Ha 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 ha, cheers. As Yan Yibai had said, an academy is different from a sect. Decisions in an academy are shared, reached through collective discussion and voting, rather than the one-man show of authority that characterizes a sect. Generally speaking, however, suggestions from the strongest individuals are rarely challenged by the others. This is the benefit of strength. The next day, Yan Yibai, Douluo Yan, Yang Wudi, and Niu Gao traveled to the Haoyu Advanced Soul Master Academy in Haoyu City. Located south of Haoyu City, the academy's overall strength is modest, and it lacks the backing of a major power, so its grounds are relatively small. Its total area is less than half the size of Liu Erlang's Blue Tyrant Academy, a civilian institution. Yan Yibai and the others successfully found the academy's dean. Li Changping, the academy's dean, was also aware of the newly relocated Poe clan. The Poe clan was also renowned over a decade ago, but they encountered a disaster and have been silent for over a decade. However, a lean camel is still bigger than a horse. He had no idea of the Poe clan's current strength. How could he not already know what the Poe clan was like over a decade ago? The POUE clan at least had Soul Sage level powerhouses, and a Soul Sage was no match for a Soul Emperor like him. It is a great honor for our academy to have the patriarch of the POUE clan and all these distinguished guests here. We apologize for not welcoming you personally, and I apologize for any impoliteness. We sincerely hope you will forgive us. Li Changping apologized politely, his eyes gleaming with surprise and speculation. To become the dean of a high-level Spirit Master Academy, one must be no ordinary figure. President Li, you are too polite. We are here to visit without permission, so please forgive us if we are being abrupt. Yang Wudi stood tall and straight, his voice resonant and polite. After all, they were here to acquire the company, so he couldn't be too forceful. But Yang Wudi was still Yang Wudi, and while he was careful about his demeanor, his words and tone remained blunt, not overly subtle. Patriarch Yang, you are too kind. It is an honor for our academy to have you inquire about us. Li Changping's expression remained unchanged, yet a trace of worry lingered within him. He knew that the arrival of the patriarch of the POUE clan in person was a matter of great importance. He suppressed his doubts and maintained a respectful smile. The situation was stronger than he was. After all, he was only a Soul Emperor. His high-level Soul Master Academy barely managed to accommodate a handful of eligible students. The high-level Soul Master Academies on the continent were like the Carp King, while his Haoiu Academy was just dust at the bottom. Yang Wudi's gaze lingered on Li Changping for a moment, then he slowly spoke. Dean Li, this is the first time we've met today. I hope you'll forgive me if there are any shortcomings. Formally, let me introduce myself. I'm Yang Wudi, patriarch of the POUE clan and an 82nd level strong attack type Soul Douluo. Yang Wudi immediately displayed his strength. He then pointed to Niu Gao beside him. This is my longtime friend, Niu Quan, patriarch of the Yue clan, also a defense type Soul Douluo. These are my two juniors, Yang Wudi said, pointing to Yun Yibai and Yang Wudi briefly. Yun Yibai and Dugu Yan also greeted Li Changzi. Chief Niu, I'm so sorry. It's truly a blessing for Li Changzi to meet two seniors at the same time. Li Changping responded politely on the surface, but deep down, his heart was in turmoil. Wow, two Soul Douluos. Besides, they had never met before, so their sudden visit must have a deeper meaning. He forced himself to remain calm, and said with a smile, you have come from afar, so you must have important matters. However, I'm not very knowledgeable, so I hope Chief Yang will explain it clearly. Seeing this, Yang Wudi stopped beating around the bush and said bluntly, President Li, we are here to discuss something with your academy. We are interested in buying your Haoiu Academy. At these words, Li Changping's heart trembled violently. Although he did not lose his composure, a look of disbelief flashed in his eyes. He was speechless for a moment, his heart filled with mixed emotions, shock, confusion, and even more confusion and worry about the future. As always, the situation was stronger than the person, and he had no right to refuse. While it was easy to refuse, he would have to face two Soul Douluos and the families behind them afterwards. Such a force was more than a dean with only the Soul Emperor cultivation could afford to offend. Li Changzi chuckled. That's not a big deal. It's just that what do you two see so much in Haoiu Academy? He couldn't understand what could be so valuable about his ordinary high-level Soul Master Academy. Ha 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 ha. Yang Wudi and Niu Gao exchanged a glance, then burst into laughter. Our two families are also participating in the Continental High-Level Soul Master Academy Elite Competition. We have the people, but we are missing one academy. Li Changzi smiled bitterly. That was the reason. If that's the case, your family members can definitely join Haoiu Academy. Li Changzi made a final effort. Yang Wudi, haha. Dean Li, you seem to be talking too much. In the end, Yang Wudi and his team accepted the first high-level Soul Master Academy. Chapter 71 Wuji City, current situation of all parties. From then on, the Soul Master Academy, the original venture of Yun Yibai, Yang Wudi, Niu Gao, Dugu, and many others, was established. The former Haoiu Academy was renamed Wuji Academy. Niu Gao, the Dean of the Compatible Defense Academy, Yang Wudi, the Dean of the Alchemy Academy, and Dugu became the Elders of the Soul Master Academy. Li Changxi, the former dean of Haoiu Academy, became the dean of studies at Wuji Academy, temporarily overseeing administration and daily teaching. The teachers and students at Wuji Academy remained the same, but starting with the next class, they would build their reputation and recruit more talented Soul Master students. Despite the establishment of Wuji Academy, young Yibai was in no rush to transfer the 3 of them to the academy. The area was still underdeveloped, with limited resources, and it would take time to upgrade. Meanwhile, young Yibai, Yang Wudi, Niu Gao, and Douluo, who had returned at some point, began selecting a new location for their Soul Master Academy. Territory was not a problem. Douluo's status would allow him to secure a large tract of land. After all, Haoiu City was not their own city, making it difficult for them to develop. Moreover, no one had a greater say in the construction than the Yu clan. Ultimately, they chose an area south of the Sunset Forest, bordering the Sunset Forest to the north and the Stardao Great Forest and the Xingluo Empire to the south. To the west lay Xiandao City. During the construction of the new academy, young Yibai and Douluo returned to Xiandao City with Oscar, Niu Shan, and Yang Te. Oscar, Niu Shan, and Yang Te were active in the Xiandao City Great Soul Fighting Arena. Young Yibai continued his training, striving to reach level 50 as soon as possible, while Douluo was in seclusion, cultivating his soul power. Feng Xiaoshan was also striving for improvement. Unlike in the past, he heeded Douluo's advice and did not proactively seek out Huo Wu, simply waiting for the results Douluo had promised. While young Yibai and the others continued to advance, others also kept pace. In the western part of the Xiandao Empire, within the Berek Kingdom, in Soto City, a small village outside Soto City, there was also an advanced Soul Master Academy. 6 students were engaged in weight training. Their movements were incredibly skillful, and they seemed to have long been accustomed to this type of training. Flander, the next training plan is ready to begin. Have you found someone to complete the team? Yes. Flander sighed. Thinking of that food type spirit master you mentioned with full innate soul power. The master's voice was neutral, and it was hard to tell if it was regret or something else. Of course, a food type spirit master with full innate soul power, you have no idea how extraordinary his soul skills are. If he were still around, these children's fighting power would definitely be even greater. You haven't had one, so of course you wouldn't feel that way. Flander was still immersed in the pain of Oscar's loss, and his mind was momentarily distracted, and his words slipped out. Sorry. After a brief pause, Flander didn't look at the master. It's okay. The master continued to play it down, but only he knew the emotion within. Flander was wrong. The master had had one, and the feelings he had felt were even more painful than Flander's. Elsewhere on the continent, in the area under the control of the Spirit Hall, there was a unique spirit beast forest. The Spirit Hall called it the Forest of Death. In an area of the Forest of Death, a cluster of buildings stood out, seemingly out of place in the forest. This was the location of the Spirit Hall's talent training camp, where only those spirit masters recognized by the Spirit Hall had the opportunity to attend. Excellent. Very spirited and energetic. You are truly the outstanding disciples carefully selected by the Spirit Hall, and truly the young generation valued by His Holiness the Pope. In the training ground at the very center of the complex, a middle-aged spirit master with wings on his back, dressed in gilded attire, gazed down at the 7 young men and women below. I'm your new instructor, Snow. He released his spirit rings, 2 yellow, 2 purple, and 2 black. Snow, Spirit Azure Sky Eagle, level 61 agility attack battle spirit emperor. For the next period of time, I will be with you, Snow said calmly. Come on, tell me your names, levels, and spirits. A man among the 7 people below stepped forward and said, ZU, level 49 strong attack type war soul sect, spirit moonblade. Following ZU, another blonde woman stepped forward. Hulina, level 48 control type war soul sect, spirit fox. Yan, level 49 strong attack type war soul sect, spirit flame lord. Sunchuan Teo, level 46 strong attack type war soul sect, spirit ring giant blade. Li K, level 45 defense type war soul sect, spirit black horned boar. Zhangping, level 45 agility type war soul sect, spirit golden wasted flying swallow. Zuyu, level 44 support type War Soul Sect, Spirit Brilliant Golden Scepter. Excellent. Snow praised. Let's begin. Your next task is to do whatever it takes to defeat me. Snow's cold voice rang out. This was undoubtedly a difficult task, but for the 7 Spirit Hall students who had emerged from the Forest of Death, it wasn't something to fear, for they had all wandered through hell. Each of the 7 was possessed by their own spirits, and spirit rings emerged one after another. Bang! Yibai, his fist laced with lightning, struck the jaw of the 10,000-year soul beast in front of him. Roar! The 10,000-year soul beast roared, whether in pain or anger. In the Sunset Forest, Yibai was battling a 10,000-year soul beast, honing his combat experience. This wasn't his first encounter. Ever since Yibai's spirit power reached level 49 2 months ago, he had chosen to use this method to accelerate his training and refine himself. Soon, Yibai had driven the 10,000-year evil spirit leopard away. Lightning inherently suppresses evil spirit leopards of the evil spirit type, and Yibai's own strength now rivaled that of a 10,000-year soul beast. Your training method is truly insane, something I've never seen before. I've never heard of a soul master daring enough to challenge a soul beast directly to battle like you. Yibai accepted the towel Douluo Yan offered him, smiling without saying anything. He knew people like this, and there were quite a few. Even within the Spirit Hall, a significant number of talented soul masters died in these experiments every year. It was like raising a goo, with only the best worthy of survival, of serving the Spirit Hall. This is naturally because of Senior Yang's presence, otherwise, those soul beasts would have surrounded us long ago. You brat. Yang Wudi laughed angrily, realizing that he, a soul Douluo, had become their dedicated guardian. Chapter 72 Religious Reform. Are you still going? Yibai had already challenged 6 10,000-year-old soul beasts. No, Senior Yang, let's return to Wuji City. After his soul power broke through to level 49, Yibai arrived at Wuji Academy's new city, Wuji City. Of course, Douluo Yan also came with him. Oscar and the other 2 remained in Xiandao City. They had practically fallen in love with the place, teaming up to climb the ranks like crazy. There were also soul sages from the Poi clan watching over them. Construction on Wuji City began, and after 6 months, the basic outline was complete. This was partly because Wuji City was initially built to the scale of a 3rd level city, similar to those with junior soul master academies. It was also thanks to the Yibai clan, their entire clan, plus the additional workers they recruited, that this achievement was possible. The Yu clan is truly renowned for their expertise in building construction. It's only been about a month since we left, and Wuji City has already transformed. Within Wuji City, teachers and students from the former Heiou Academy, now Wuji Academy, have been gradually relocating. As you enter Wuji City, you'll notice quite a crowd. Within Wuji City, members of the Pio clan and the Yu clan have already relocated. They feel a deep sense of belonging to the city they built with their own hands. After more than a decade of wandering around the Xingluo Empire, it's only here that they've found a sense of belonging. They are now full-fledged employees of Wuji Academy. Construction on Wuji City is practically 4/5 complete. The outer city walls and the main inner academy buildings are largely complete. A few buildings have also been constructed outside the city walls, intended for residents. The original Wuji City was the entire Wuji Academy. While its scope is vast, it leaves ample room for development. However, building a city requires considerable manpower, and such a project also requires the provision of food, clothing, shelter, and transportation. So merchants have gathered outside Wuji City. These merchants were shrewd individuals, and historical experience taught them that every time a city was built, it was a good time to make money. Yang Wudi and his companions saw this opportunity, which is why they built houses outside the city walls and rented them out, hoping to recoup some of the labor costs. The original plan for Wuji City envisioned Wuji Academy occupying the inner city, with the middle city outside, and the outer city outside. Whether there would be more outside the outer city depended on the development of Wuji Academy. In short, the new city had already begun to flourish in less than a year, and the construction of Wuji City was undoubtedly a success. Within the inner city, Wuji Academy housed not only its faculty and students, the Pio and Yu clans, but also members of the Minimum clan. Even after their prosperity, the Po and Ju clans had not forgotten their old friends and comrades. After acquiring Heiau Academy and launching the city building plan, Yang Wudi and Liu Gao convened another meeting of the 4 major clans. At the gathering, Yang Wudi and Liu Gao explained their recent initiatives to Taitan, the leader of the Power clan, and Beihe, the leader of the Mind clan. They then extended invitations to Taitan and Beihe. Taitan hesitated, not so much about joining the other clans as about how to refuse without hurting their feelings. Since they had invited him, they must have remembered him well. However, Taitan had no desire to join Yang Wudi and Liu Gao's cause. Because the Power clan suffered the least during the Spirit Hall's liquidation, and because they had their own skills and could forge iron, they had enjoyed the best life of the 4 single attribute clans in recent years. Furthermore, Taitan, a die-hard fan, was obsessed with Tang Heiau and eager to await his return, so that his Power clan could continue to follow him. Taitan refused, but Beihe was different. Over the years, his minimum clan had fallen on hard times. Of the 4 single attribute clans, the Li clan specialized in ironwork, the Yu clan in construction, and the Po clan in alchemy. His minimum clan, on the other hand, possessed no other skills. Without the support of these 3 clans, who knows how far they would have fallen. Beihe was tempted by Yang Wudi and Liu Gao's proposal. Haoshan sect, no Haoshan sect, no Tang Heiau, nothing mattered when faced with the fate of their clan. Thus, Wuji Academy added an elective course on mind attack. Wuji Academy also added internal staff for reconnaissance and messaging. During the construction of Wuji City, Douluo was invited by Yun Yibai to provide oversight. Although Douluo was dissatisfied with Yun Yibai's actions, he reluctantly accepted the offer at the request of his granddaughter, Douluo Yan. Inside Wuji Academy, in the central conference room, the current Wuji management team was present. Douluo, Yang Wudi, Liu Gao, Beihe, Yun Yibai, and Douluo Yan, 6 in total. At the last meeting, it was decided that Douluo Yan would take over the presidency of Wuji Academy after participating in the Continental Advanced Spirit Master Academy Elite competition. Douluo Yan's strength and status were more than sufficient to intimidate other Spirit Master Academies. Yun Yibai's current status was a bit lacking, but in the eyes of everyone, he was the next president, so his young age didn't make him any less impressive. Kid, it's only been a month, what are your thoughts? Douluo was the only one who wasn't very happy with Yun Yibai's meeting. After all, he was naturally free and easy and disliked constraints, but for Douluo Yan, he had to accept them, even if he didn't like them. I have a small idea. Seniors, the new Wuji Academy is just beginning to be established. Its current size is far greater than the previous Heiau Academy. We have 1 titled Douluo, 3 Soul Douluos, over 10 Soul Sages, and quite a few Soul Emperors. With this size, if it were a sect, it would definitely be in the lower 4, perhaps even grabbing a spot in the upper 3. However, our development goals are different from those of the sects. The development of Wuji Academy is focused on strengthening the teaching resources, improving the overall quality of the teachers, optimizing the quality of the students, and thus strengthening the overall strength of the academy. Regarding how to further develop Wuji Academy, we must first demonstrate its educational value. And educational value is reflected in the students who graduate. The quality of Wuji Academy's current students is a bit poor. Yun Yibai bluntly stated. You mean our academy is raising its admissions requirements this year? Liu Gao said. Beihe, I understand that. However, the academy is newly built, and our original reputation is not good. Even though there are a few people here now, those outstanding young spirit masters don't know about our academy at all. Yang Wudi, that's fine. Let's do it this way for this year. We will recruit some outstanding spirit masters locally, and set the admission standards first. It's better to have a shortage than to have unqualified people. After this year's Continental Advanced Spirit Master Academy Elite competition begins, once they spread the reputation of our Wuji Academy, everything will be easier. Chapter 73, Level 50, Departure to Thunder Canyon. After hearing Yang Wuda's words, Beihe understood. As he infiltrated the new Wuji Academy's management, his understanding of the academy deepened. While Douluo, Yang Wudi, and the others were officially in charge, Yan Yibai and Douluo Yan were the true linchpin that held them together. If Wuji Academy were likened to a human body, Douluo and the others were the flesh, while Yan Yibai was the brain, the soul. It was Yan Yibai who proposed the founding of Wuji Academy, as well as the construction of Wuji City. Although Yan Yibai and Douluo Yan had never demonstrated their abilities to him, and the other four had never appeared before him, he could discern something from the subtle details. Their talent and strength couldn't be low, otherwise Yang Wudi wouldn't have spoken so harshly. If it were just this, there wouldn't be any need for me to attend the meeting, right? Douluo said thoughtfully. Everyone, it's been 8 months since construction began on Wuji City. Such a massive project, it's impossible for the Spirit Hall to have failed to notice. However, in these 8 months, the Spirit Hall hasn't made any move regarding our Wuji City. This is a problem. Yan Yibai paused. According to Spirit Hall's practices, every city must have a branch or sub-hall of the Spirit Hall. Although we've publicly advertised this project as rebuilding the academy, and Wuji City itself is the Wuji Academy, we still need to be mindful of the Spirit Hall. After all, we've built a city. No one can guarantee that the Spirit Hall will establish a sub-hall of the Spirit Hall just because there's a city here. Yan Yibai's words left everyone present pondering. A moment later, Niu Gao spoke up. What he said is indeed something we need to pay attention to. HMPH. How can I allow others to snore beside my bed? Yang Wudi snorted. Douluo Yan, if the Spirit Hall really sets up a branch in Wuji City, it will be extremely disadvantageous to our new Advanced Spirit Master Academy. Our every move is under the surveillance of the Spirit Hall, and our development will be restricted. He is the calmest of the 4 patriarchs of the 4 single attribute clans, and he thinks more. His brow furrowed, a hint of worry in his eyes. Besides the 2 points above, there are even more implications. Once the Spirit Hall establishes a branch in Wuji City, they'll likely use their resources and influence to lure away our potential outstanding students. Young people who aspire to become powerful spirit masters will find it hard to resist the Spirit Hall's allure. Furthermore, the Spirit Hall's Spirit Master training system is comprehensive. From junior to senior, Spirit Masters at every stage can find training resources and guidance tailored to their needs. This is something our Wuji Academy can't match. After everyone had spoken, Yan Yibai continued. Elder Niu, the Yu clan's actions can be halted. The construction of Wuji City is a big deal. We've already been high profile enough, so we need to be more low-key from now on. Also, the buildings outside Wuji City don't need to be preserved. Only the Academy City, Wuji City, will remain. The expansion plan for Wuji City has been temporarily suspended. As for those outside the city, we can build a small village not far from Wuji City. We need to make sure that the Spirit Hall neither sees the need to establish a branch here, nor gives them the opportunity. No matter what, precautions must be taken. After all, no one can predict what the Spirit Hall will be thinking. In short, keep a low profile for now. Time slowly passed, and the New Year's enrollment season arrived. Wuji Academy, having relocated, improved its environment, and strengthened its faculty, became known to nearby spirit masters. However, due to the increased admissions requirements, not many students were admitted this year, but their talent was still considerable. Yan Yibai had finally broken through the level 50 barrier. Yan Yibai approached Yang Wudi. Senior Yang. Seeing Yan Yibai's aura, his brows furrowed. You boy, you finally made a breakthrough. 2 Soul Kings. I wonder how the Spirit Hall can retain their championship this time. Hahaha. Ever since he learned he would be participating in this year's Continental Advanced Spirit Master Academy Elite competition, he had made a point of researching past competitions and the Spirit Hall's previous transformations. While there had been Soul Kings competing, there had always been only one. But now, they had 2. The balance of victory had tilted in their favor. You've got quite a bit of foresight in asking me to help you acquire spirit rings. Yang Wudi had originally thought that Yan Yibai would definitely call Douluo first for this kind of spirit ring acquisition. But it seemed that he hadn't informed poisoned Douluo Douluo. Where are you going to acquire spirit rings this time? We are going to Thunder Canyon this time. The Thunder Canyon and the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex's territory? That's it. If it's Thunder Canyon, there are certainly plenty of spirit beasts that would suit you. Have you got a target spirit beast? Yang Wudi asked, looking at Yibai. Not this time. There are plenty of spirit beasts to choose from, and there are plenty of sub-dragon spirit beasts in Thunder Canyon as well. Yibai and Yang Wudi set off. It wasn't a 100,000-year spirit ring, nor was it a dangerous trek into the far north like last time. Naturally, there was no need to dispatch two titled warriors. Kid, I heard there's a Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex soul beast in Thunder Canyon. How about it? With me here this time, are you tempted? Yibai didn't hide his thoughts. If I could really come across a suitable Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex soul beast, I would naturally be happy to do so. While there are many soul masters in the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus clan who possess the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus martial spirit, very few have actually attached a Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus soul beast spirit ring. Firstly, the number of soul beasts like the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex is extremely rare. Secondly, because of their rarity, Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex soul beasts under 10,000 years old are protected by a group of people who are directly related to the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex. Only Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex soul beasts over 10,000 years old are allowed to roam freely in the Thunder Canyon. Not only that, the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus clan also has disciples guarding the periphery of the Thunder Canyon. Only those who have obtained permission from the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus clan and the Spirit Hall can enter. Thirdly, everyone in the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus clan understands an unspoken rule. The Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex soul beast belongs to the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex clan, and the collateral clan members know that the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex soul master belongs to the direct clan member. Only those with talent in the collateral clan members can obtain the soul ring of this soul beast. Among the Thunder Attribute soul masters, no one wants to offend the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex clan. Sorry for posting one less chapter. Chapter 74 Strange Celestial Phenomenon. But who were Yang Wudi and Yibai? One feared not even the Spirit Hall, so how could he fear the Blue Lightning Tyrant clan? The other, with his status and talent intact, wouldn't be in trouble, even if he were discovered. But even then, when Yibai and Yang Wudi arrived at Thunder Canyon, they still didn't enter through the main gate. Thunder Canyon, as its name suggests, was a land of raging thunder. The relentless rhythm of lightning in the sky was like nature's most unbridled roar. Thick bolts of lightning, like blades wielded by angry gods, slashed through the sky and slammed down into the canyon, stirring up deafening roars. Occasionally, lightning struck the canyon, instantly pulverizing the rocks struck by the lightning and transforming them into a cloud of dust. This, intertwined with the electric sparks in the air, created a terrifying apocalyptic scene. Yang Wudi looked at the gathering clouds and thunder above the canyon, feeling the terrifying atmosphere of thunder. This is the first time in all these years that I've encountered such a harsh environment. But the next moment, Yang Wudi changed the subject and looked at Yibai with a hint of joking. Boy, this is the foundation of your Blue Lightning Tyrant sect. Aren't you tempted at all? With your talent, given time, you're fully capable of seizing the Blue Lightning Tyrant sect. It's no exaggeration to say that the Blue Lightning Tyrant sect has recruited more than 80% of the continent's lightning attributed spirit masters. That's a considerable force. This is one of the reasons why your Blue Lightning Tyrant sect, with only one title Douluo, Yuansen, can maintain its reputation as one of the top 3 sects. Senior Yang, you're joking. Compared to what you said, I think it will be more challenging to develop our Wuji Academy from an unknown small academy into a large force that can rival or even surpass the top 3 sects. Such a challenge is more interesting and meaningful. Upon hearing this, Yang Wudi's eyes flashed with admiration, and he laughed heartily. Ha 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 ha, great. Ambitious. If so, let's not dawdle here any longer. Let's get this done quickly and return home. Yang Wudi, with his soul Douluo prowess, led Yibai through a dangerous area within Thunder Canyon and into it. Of course, for Yang Wudi and Yibai at this point, it wasn't considered a dangerous place. The interior of Thunder Canyon was more accessible, with lightning striking from time to time. Weaker soul masters wouldn't dare venture in alone. There's basically nothing out there for you. Let's head straight to the middle levels and above. Yes. After the two reached the middle levels of Thunder Canyon, they encountered their first 10,000-year soul beast. Not far ahead of them, a massive creature breathed its last breath on the rocks. Its massive body was covered in scales that shimmered with lightning, and its eyes, like two flaming balls of lightning, shone with a cold and cruel light. This was a triangular thunder crocodile with a thunder attribute. Though a crocodile-like soul beast, it was a fully terrestrial creature. HMM. For some unknown reason, Yibai's thunder attribute soul power activated. The triangular thunder crocodile, as if sensing their presence, let out a deafening roar and lunged forward with astonishing speed. Yibai and Yang Wudi reacted almost simultaneously, dodging the triangular thunder crocodile's attack. Kid, be careful. I don't know much about this soul beast, but it looks like a crocodile. The attack power of this type of soul beast is no joke. Yang Wudi, watching the action from the sidelines, warned Yibai. Don't you enjoy fighting soul beasts? It's a perfect match for you. With Yang Wudi watching, he wasn't worried about his life. Yibai was talking about avoiding sneak attacks from other soul beasts. As for whether this triangular thunder crocodile could pose a threat to him, that was still unclear. Yibai's spirit had already possessed him. His hands transformed into sharp dragon claws, gleaming with a faint blue light, the distinctive glow of the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus spirit. Since absorbing his third spirit ring, his body had gradually begun to show signs of dragonification, and he chose to transform his arms first, enhancing his defense and attack power. Some members of his clan with the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus spirit transformed one side of their bodies first, becoming dragon claws and wings. But Yibai wasn't short on mobility. He sought power. At that moment, the triangular thunder crocodile suddenly let out a deafening roar and lunged forward, only to find it missed. Seeing its strike miss, the triangular thunder crocodile seemed even more enraged. It roared, the force of lightning gathering in its maw, gradually converging into a ball of lightning. The triangular thunder dragon accumulated lightning quickly, but Yibai was even faster, roaring as if anyone could do it. Yibai followed the same stance, roaring like a thunder dragon, and launched. A bolt of lightning directly interrupted the triangular thunder crocodile's attack, its thunder attributed power exploding from its mouth. TSK, 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 TSK. It seems this soul beast isn't as smart as other 10,000-year soul beasts. The black smoke from the explosion provided Yibai with the perfect cover. He took the initiative, utilizing his dragon-like arms and the properties of his blue lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex martial spirit to launch a fierce physical attack on the triangular thunder crocodile. Roar. With a roar, the black mist was instantly dispelled. The tough-skinned triangular thunder crocodile hadn't suffered much damage from the thunderstorm. This was also due to the triangular thunder crocodile's inherent thunder attribute. The subsequent battle was simple. Yibai employed what he called inch force, a technique he developed through practice, allowing force to penetrate the flesh and affect internal organs. Yibai's previous combat had primarily relied on his fists, and he had some experience in using his fists. What's with the soul power you just displayed? Yang Wudi asked. The reason he was discovered was because of the thunder attributed soul power emanating from Yibai. I'm not particularly sure either. But Yibai's gaze turned to the deeper part of the Thunder Canyon, where the clouds in the sky were already pitch black. Something seems to be doing something over there. I can vaguely feel that the thunder attributed soul power that suddenly escaped from me just now may be related to what is about to happen over there. Yang Wudi narrowed his eyes. You speak so mysteriously, but it is indeed very strange over there. Yang Wudi frowned, his gaze also cast towards the pitch black clouds deep in the Thunder Canyon. This movement is either natural or caused by a soul beast. Yang Wudi was not sure what was going on. In the Thunder Canyon, such changes in the celestial phenomena are not uncommon. Do you want to go over and take a look? Maybe there will be some unexpected gains? Chapter 75. The beasts gather and the blue lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex appears. The thick black cloud didn't lead directly to the heart of Thunder Canyon, but it still required Yibai and his team to advance some distance. The thick black cloud seemed far away, but in reality, it wasn't close at all. Thunder Canyon was enormous, and the reason they could see it so clearly was because they were relatively close to the thundering phenomenon. Other directions wouldn't have been able to see it. As they walked through Thunder Canyon, the ground beneath their feet trembled with the relentless thunder, and the air was filled with a terrifying pressure. Yibai and Yang Wuda's faces were solemn, yet they couldn't hide their curiosity. In fact, just moments before they set out, the thick black cloud in the distance had begun raining down thunder. The lightning continued in waves. Bang! A massive bolt of lightning suddenly struck, aiming directly at Yang Wudi. But he remained unfazed. Even before the thunder descended, he had quietly cast a solid soul shield around him. The lightning struck the shield, exploding with dazzling lightning, but it failed to harm him at all. Ah, how annoying. The thunder is getting more ferocious. It looks like we are getting closer to the secret beneath the thick black clouds. As if the previous lightning bolt didn't even exist, Yang Wudi observed the thick black clouds that were constantly discharging electricity in the sky. Yibai frowned slightly upon hearing this, a trace of confusion welling up in his heart. But why are we encountering more and more soul beasts the further we go? In this kind of environment, shouldn't those soul beasts, who haven't yet fully developed their intelligence, actively avoid us? Along the way, he and Yang Wudi occasionally spotted thunder-attributed soul beasts over 10,000 years old, and even saw several thousand-year-old ones. It was precisely because of these soul beasts that he and Yang Wudi's progress slowed down. Hehe. Yang Wudi laughed at this. Young Yibai, I admit you're a rare and intelligent individual. You see many things more farsightedly and deeply than us old folks. But there are some things you can't control simply by being smart, like soul power. Those things require sufficient life experience to acquire. Yang Wudi continued, the reason those soul beasts didn't flee is because their instincts compel them in that direction. Their instincts tell them the rewards over there outweigh the dangers. That means it's either a high-level soul beast, or one with a special bloodline, or perhaps a rare treasure. Maybe we'll stumble upon another immortal-grade medicinal herb. These soul beasts are heading there solely to devour that mysterious object. Anyway, we'll find out when we go and see. Maybe we can even take advantage of the situation. With me here, we can just sit back and watch the soul beasts fight and take advantage. After a while, roar, moo, cry. They could hear the resounding roars of soul beasts from a distance. From the sounds, it looks like quite a few soul beasts have gathered nearby. They're demonstrating and warning each other. Yang Wuda's eyes were sharp. It looks like quite a few soul beasts are coming. I don't know what it is, struck by lightning and coveted by these soul beasts. But we'll find out soon. Boy, we're not far away. Let's hurry. Yang Wudi didn't forget to tell Yan Yibai to hurry. Okay senior. In fact, Yan Yibai and Yang Wudi were not far away. The place where the thick black clouds and lightning were descending was a valley, but only when Yan Yibai and Yang Wudi got closer did they discover that within this thunder valley was a naturally formed lightning attracting valley. The lightning here was more dense and powerful than any they had encountered before. It's actually a naturally formed lightning attracting area. Yan Yibai exclaimed in admiration. Their Blue Lightning Tyrant clan also had such a place, but it was artificially constructed to facilitate the cultivation of their disciples. Yang Wudi and Yan Yibai hid in a secluded spot high in the valley. Thunder Eagle, Falling Hoof Rhino, Swift Thunder Wolf, Wild Lightning Rock Leopard, Purple Crowned Thunder Python. Yang Wudi recounted the few soul beasts he knew. Of course, there were also some he didn't recognize. Suddenly, Yang Wudi set his sights on a particularly large soul beast. Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex. Hey, I actually encountered one. At this size, it should be between 20,000 and 30,000 years old. Boy, do you like this soul ring? Yang Wudi asked briefly, then ignored Yan Yibai, his gaze delving deeper. Yan Yibai smiled. He wouldn't settle for a fifth soul ring. His target soul beast was between 30,000 and 40,000 years old. He wouldn't compromise. So many soul beasts, and most of them are 10,000-year-old soul beasts. TSK, 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 we'll be in for something to see. Let me see what that creature baptized by thunder is. He also wanted to know what this creature, so favored by thunder, and coveted by so many soul beasts, was. It was a purple red vine, rooted in the valley. Its entire length reached over 10 meters. This was only the visible part. The unseen part was still hidden in the valley. Zzzz fine thunder sounds rang out. This sound was different from the thunder from the sky. It was thinner, but it carried a sense of danger. What kind of soul beast is this? It's a plant type soul beast. Yang Wudi had no memory of this plant type soul beast. Just as he was wondering, thunder from the thick black clouds descended again, striking the plant type soul beast with unerring precision. Whoosh! After enduring another bolt of thunder, the vine swung its body, emitting a crackling sound through the air. Yun Yi, do you recognize this soul beast? You come from the Blow Lightning Tyrannosaurus clan, so you should be more familiar with lightning attributed soul beasts than I am. However, Yang Wudi had no idea that Yun Yibai was already stunned. That's right. He was stunned. Hey, kid, wake up. Judging from your appearance, you should know something about this plant-based soul beast. A purple red coat, surrounded by lightning, and the lightning is purple. If I'm not mistaken, this should be a special soul beast recorded in the ancient family texts, the Thundering Hellvine. Yun Yibai said solemnly after regaining consciousness. This soul beast is rarely known. Even I only came across some information about this soul beast because I loved reading books as a child. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.